Well, if you gotta be good at something, be excellent.
I'm saying. What's all this about? So it seems like they're just getting away from doing it through Google Hangouts. And YouTube's created this webcam stream.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they're doing.
Okay, with that, because we're not leaving the city.
Who says who? I'll just take off running.
You can. There wasn't the wall before, but now there is. A wall springs up around the
I
city.
hate this place.
There are only 2 gates. And oh, look at that! Look at that! There was a rumor of a plague, and the city's on lockdown.
Oh no!
Yeah. Sorry.
Good thing I pre-dug a tunnel for the last 6 months.
Go ahead and roll the check. You need a 35 to find the tunnel.
Oh man!
Yeah.
Better roll a D100.
Dude. Get a D72.
Right. My character has a special ability that anything unreasonably high checked, I get advantage on, and I get to double my scores.
Okay.
Yeah. How do you feel like everybody did last session then?
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to get back to you on
That's all right.
your email, your last message, but I thought it went pretty well. I know that it apparently had the feel that I was going for, because Sarah was
She was trembling a little
yes.
bit.
She's not a big fan of the music, but and different adventures are going to have a different feel to them and everything. But I went with something that I know, so I decided to go with that. In part because I wanted people to have an opportunity to do more role playing than strict dice rolling and combat.
Nope.
Where you can put yourself in enough situations where you have to do that.
Figure that out.
But for now, figure out who you are and how you react to stressful situations, and what do you do. And it's one of the reasons between you and I, it's one of the reasons we designed Bryce's character the way we did, because he's naturally kind of a loner, introvert kind of person. He's very quiet. He's very, he likes observing and everything like that. Here you go. You're a ranger.
No.
Right.
That suits you.
There you go. I'm quiet. I'm watching. So, while he's easing into the role-playing part of it, let him play something that's close to his personality. And it seems to be closer to Sarah's personality also, where she's like, okay, I'm watching.
Yeah.
I'm hesitant. I'm looking. I'm observing. And that's what rangers do.
Yeah, that's just their personality generally.
Right. And Ethan's thing is, I'm taking my shield. I'm going to the front. Good, go.
Captain America this.
Yeah, well, it's a whole lot easier now that you have a shield and armor and stuff like that. When you were just
so much easier.
You were running around barefoot, running to the front was tough. Very noble. I very excited about it, but the problem is you get hit once and now you have to run to the back.
No, and now nobody's in the front.
That's right. But the warlock is in the front. Hello, we're gonna put the spellcaster in the front.
Oh. That's why I was like, he tried really hard to do like a monk, or he almost did druid. I was like, Ethan, I understand that you want spellcast. That's what it comes down to. He wants to be able to do spellcasting. I was like, let's meet in the middle somewhere. You play a character who wants to be on the front line.
Right.
That's what you're trying to do with every character I've ever let you play. Why don't we find a character that will do well on the front line and do a little bit of spell casting? And he's like, oh, I think I'd like that a lot. Hello? Hi? What? What's up, buddy? Right about now. Yeah, 4 o'clock. You thumbs up at 4 o'clock. Well, I mean, we're going to start when the majority of people get here. So if you're here or not, it's on you. It doesn't matter. We said 4 o'clock. All right, we'll see you when you get here. Ethan's character dies.
Okay.
No, he's. All right, we'll see you in a little bit, bud. All right, bye.
Curious to find out how his sword tastes.
I don't know. He knew what time it was. That's why I called 3:50. And he's like, "Hey, what time are we starting D&D?" I was like, "Really, dude?" And I know personally it's not that big of a deal, but I'm still trying to instill punctuality in his early childhood.
I got it. Gets more valuable as you get older.
It does.
My dad was a salesman all his life, and he taught me that if you are on time, it means you're late.
Yeah.
There shouldn't even be a chance of other people having to sit around and wait for
No, get off that.
you. Market. That's that. That's Knox Place.
Yeah, my dad was in the military, and he always stressed if you're not 15 minutes early, just like you were saying. But I came to realize later in life that's not being punctual, that's being early. So I try not to say I'm very punctual because I'm not. I'm an early person.
That's one of the things that kind of great between Kelly and I is that when somebody says, they say, what time are you eating? Well, okay, we're eating at 6. Okay, so we'll be there at 6. And it's 5:45, and she's like, I should probably get dressed. I'm like, yeah, you probably should, if, and she's like, well, when they said 6, they meant 6-ish. No, they meant 6. It's just that you heard it as 6-ish.
That's one thing I'll say about Michelle. She's pretty good at keeping schedule.
Probably the only person in my family that is like that.
And the thing is, her family is so laid back, and they really don't care. But I still don't want to be the person who's always 20 minutes late.
You don't want to be that guy. Yeah, you don't want to be that guy.
I want to be the person who shows up and says, "Do you need any help setting up?
Right.
Is there anything I can do? Is there?"
That's me.
Mm-hmm.
And today's dinner is sponsored by my sister-in-law, who's Bryce's mom.
Awesome.
So
that's exciting.
I
she said, she's like, you're taking Bryce to this game thing and everything. Can we at least provide dinner? I'm like, sure.
We're not going to argue with that. Yeah.
And she sent me a list, which I think she had to do 2 text messages just to get everything on the list. So I don't know what he's bringing and what he's not, but it was a lot. She's like, how do you feel about hot dogs and hamburgers? I'm like, okay, I think everybody can do hot dog and chicken. Okay. She goes, and then I got pasta salad and potato salad. I'm like,
wow.
All right. And she goes, and then there's this and this and this and this. And I'm like, it's only 6 people.
Yeah.
She's like, well, but you never know what anyone's going to want. I'm like, yep.
That's darling, though.
So Bryce may need to make more than one trip from the car.
I'll go help him when he shows up then.
The one thing she didn't put on the list, she might have sent something, but she didn't put dessert on the list. And Kelly made snickerdoodle cookies.
Did she?
Yeah.
Oh, I did see that. Yeah.
So
that's pretty cool.
To thank me for getting up at stupid o'clock in the morning on my day off to drive her to the airport.
Thanks, Tim.
Yeah. So I brought them, but I'm telling you now, if there's any leftovers, I'm taking those with me.
Yeah. You do that. He'll probably get munched on. Oh. You need anything? Or want anything? Thanks for coming by.
Yeah, no problem. I think I'm good.
You think you're all set?
Yeah.
All right.
No, we don't need distant screams. Not yet, anyway.
What is it?
I had the option of adding distant screams into the soundtrack. I said, nope, we don't need distant screams. Not yet, anyway.
Yeah, not yet.
Who was it that said that if the little girl twists her head all the way around, they're leaving?
I think it
There was
was
But no, I think and answer to your question before, I think we had a really good mix. I think we had the guy who moves the plot along, and because he just moves in where he needs to move and everything like that. You got the two people who sit back and observe and make all their perception checks and do everything they need to do before they move into an area, because that's what rangers do. And then you've got, they used to call it the instigator. You know, they walk up to something and it says "do not poke," and they go, "Oh man,
I can't help it. I can't help it."
But what does it do?
It's a yellow button. It's not even a green button or a red button. It's a yellow button. It could mean so many things.
It's okay. Yellow means go fast, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I did it in front of a cop before I realized there's a cop behind me. I turned yellow and I gunned it. He stopped.
But you didn't run through a red light.
Right,
so
exactly.
There you go.
You know, people can talk crap about mural cops all they want. I've lived in a lot of places, a bunch of different cops. I love the cops around here. They leave you alone unless you do something really stupid.
The only time I've gotten pulled over was an expired registration on my car.
That's valid.
That's valid, yeah, completely.
Because they want their money.
Yeah.
I understand.
How many times, babe, do I call people out that we know, I'm like, hey, your registration is expired?
Who was it
Like
the other
3
day?
times. Yeah, I got due the other day.
Who was it?
Everett.
Yeah.
Everett.
About half a year.
Yeah.
6 months expired.
Mine was 2 weeks overdue.
Yeah.
It just changed over to the next month.
Like a lot of other places, cops,
Harass.
they harass you. They get behind you. They run your plate. And then they're like, you know what? I'm bored. Let's go ahead and pull you over. See if
we can find something.
And I know a lot of cops, like personally. There's this one cop I got to know down in Port St. Lucie, and she's a sheriff down there. And she told me a fact that I wasn't even aware of, but making a lot of sense when she said it. Random traffic stops is the single most dangerous thing you do as a cop.
Yeah.
I never would have thought about it, but yeah, because the big drug dealers, they're playing the traffic rules, but they have an Uzi set beside them.
Make sure you.
That's what I'm saying. They have nothing on their tag. You know, they have 20 keys of coke in the trunk, and they are not going to get pulled over for weaving in their lane.
The SRO who worked at the high school when I was over there down in Fort Pierce, his name is Gary Morales, and we did our code red training, what to do if there's a shooter on campus and all that kind of stuff. And he said, I want you to know something. I am stationed here almost every day of the year. Every once in a while they pull me off for something else, and they put somebody else in my place. But I will. Sarah just wrote that she's going to be here soon.
Okay.
With 3 O's.
Soon.
Because she's running.
Go smoke.
And he got up there and he said, I want you to know something. He said,
You can laugh, that was a little funny. Sorry, I didn't
and
mean
now
to
we know she has a drinking problem. She missed her face.
That's a problem. With
That is a
drinking.
problem, especially if you wanted to drink it.
It'll be here.
Yeah.
What are you saying?
And he goes, I just want you to know. He goes, your job is to teach. Your job is to take care of these kids. Your job is not to take on armed gunmen or anything like that. This was a couple of years ago before it became legal for us to carry on campus. But he goes, I want you to know what my job is. My job is wherever I am on campus, if there's somebody here, to put myself between them and you. Your job is to go home at the end of the day to your families. My job is to make sure you can. And if that means I don't go home at the end of the day, then I don't. But I accept that
Yeah.
as part of my job.
Exactly.
It's in my job responsibility, and you should never be in a position where that was the first time that I truly felt safe on campus. I think it was 2 years after they put a different SRO on campus and everything like that. He did a traffic stop down Fort Pierce, and whoever it was got out of their car, shot him right there in the police car. Never even got out.
That's what.
And when they found the guy who did it and everything like that, they said he felt threatened.
Yeah.
The black guy, the young black guy, felt threatened by the middle-aged Hispanic man pulling him over in the car. And they're like, but he didn't even get out of the car. He didn't, he didn't draw a weapon. He didn't, and he didn't get a chance to. He pulled him over. I'm guessing he was running his plate while he pulled him over or whatever, and he didn't even see it coming.
That's crazy.
So.
Yeah. Like, I have so much, like, there's a lot of cops that are just dicks out there in the world. I've met them. But it's stupid people that turn them into those people for the most part.
Sometimes they've got a good reason.
Yeah. And there's some that are just, their personality is egotistical and pushy. That's actually a very small amount. The rest of them develop that personality by having to put up with people who don't want to listen to them. People think they know their rights and think they know the law and give them a hard time. And then there's a smaller percentage that are just generally just good, easygoing people. And so it's actually a very few percentage of cops that are just assholes, just to be that way. And it's sad we even have that, but most of them, that's their job. You describe their job, and they accept that when they give their pledge.
Unless they work at, where was the school shooting a couple of years ago where the guy didn't go into the school?
Oh, that was a security guard.
The security, he was sheriff's deputy.
Oh, okay. I thought he was the security
No,
guard.
he was the SRO on campus.
And he went the other way.
And he went the other way.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
He
The
got
person
jail
who went
time.
into the building was one of the coaches.
Yeah, okay. And he got
And
jail time for
He
that,
was the
though.
first. He was the
Yeah.
first adult to get shot.
Mhm. He was the one person that could have made quite a bit of leverage in a situation. Especially if someone's already shooting, because you know where to go then. They don't
Right.
expect you.
Right.
And you can,
They certainly don't expect you to have gotten there that fast.
that's what I'm saying. It's just like one of these characters right here. You don't have to be this guy and run in blazing. You can follow the shots. You can peek around a corner and his back's turned. You can just step around, do your thing at that point. Take them down.
You've put a surprising amount of thought into this. Should I be nervous?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
But like that's the thing is when someone goes in guns blazing, if someone's not confronting them within a few seconds, they let their guard down for at least a few minutes because they know they have a little window before anybody gets there because they don't think anybody's there. And that was that deputy's what was he again? Deputy.
Resource officer. SRO.
Okay. But that was his opportunity, and he fled. And it's not his sworn duty.
Well, the way he explained it, and they have changed their policy since then, is that the town police had a policy of shall enter. If there is a school shooting or a report of a school shooting, we will enter the building. And the official policy of the sheriff's department was may enter.
Man.
May.
Oh, May. Okay.
If you suspect there's a school shooting, you may enter the building.
Okay.
So he used his discretion and
Mhm.
decided not to.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
it was an official policy.
Now it is, though, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I believe it should be. I mean,
And
that's your
if-
duty.
If you go online and you look it up, you can now find the video that they put together of what actually happened during that
Mhm.
time. And what they're doing is based on the locators and the cameras and everything, they can actually show you with little dots where everyone is. And when somebody goes where you can see them on the camera, they even show you the camera footage to
Right.
show them coming around the corner or whatever it is.
Mhm.
So they show all the sheriff's deputies arriving on campus and
Right.
lining up and making this perimeter.
Right.
But because their policy doesn't say that they have to go in, they wait.
Right. And that,
Then the town police show up and they go charging in because that's not their policy.
Right.
And the sheriff's deputies follow that.
That's a lot of time, though.
It was. In fact, it was so much time that you watched the guy do all of the shooting, leave the building, and leave campus.
Yeah.
Before they even got out of their cars.
It just
So
blows my mind that that's something that's just happening repeatedly all the time now.
Yeah.
Terrible. I don't know.
There's
my
no
school
easy
resource
solution
officer,
either.
When I was in elementary school and in high school, he's the same resource officer at the schools I went to. Carl Topham was his name, and he was also the officer on duty in my neighborhood where I lived, and where I got my home and everything. Man, I know he'd protect us.
No doubt.
No doubt.
and have fun doing it too.
Yeah.
He would. He was like Arnold Schwarzenegger as a black man. He was tough. You didn't fuck with him.
Just don't do that.
Well, I don't know what the solution is. I know what part of the problem is, and part of the problem is that if you're going to do something stupid, you go where you know nobody's armed.
Right.
That's the way it works.
Wow. Hey.
I mean, you don't usually have shootouts at police stations
Right.
or gun ranges or anything like that. But you have them at schools and churches where they know that nobody's.
Right.
Holy crap!
Yeah, that's what I was just saying.
We did pregame, so it might be a lot. So. But yeah, for instance, the Texas shooting not too long ago that happened in the church, and they took out almost like a third of that population of that town. My aunt and uncle, they live in the neighboring town,
Right.
Floresville, and one of the families that was unfortunately there at that church, you know, was family friends of theirs, like their kids knew each other and stuff like that. And my aunt and uncle went and yeah, it was bad. It's bad. I can't believe that that's something that people think is something they need to do. It's just beyond me.
I don't really understand the mentality, which I guess is why I haven't shot up a school.
I mean, I don't see how you can, what thought process one would go to make that seem like a valid idea.
Well, I
It's
don't
just-
think there's
I
a
can't
thought.
even
I don't know if
comprehend
there's a valid thought process involved. You know, you've cracked and lost touch with reality, and that's what you're
it.
doing.
I suppose you're right. I mean,
That's why we don't understand it.
Right, to your point, that's why you haven't done it.
I know, but
It's insanity. That's why you don't understand it.
I suppose, yeah.
It's insanity. It just does not make logical sense, you know. Pretty sure it's close to the definition of insanity.
Oh, she sent dessert too.
We want to go to like a cookout beach party thing.
This is from yesterday.
You gotta open that up and roll them out.
She sent plates and cups too.
Hey, why not? That's cool.
But she asked me. She said, do they usually use the disposable stuff or the washable stuff? And I said, last time we used disposable stuff, but.
Yeah, we do it both ways.
So there you go. Now we don't need
Whatever's
to wash
convenient.
them. Did he say he was going out for more?
He said he had like one thing to grab. I had something he needed help.
Alright.
He went outside to grab his thing? Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Pretty much.
Cool.
More or less, that's what he said.
So far, we've got burgers and sausages.
It should be burgers, hot dogs, kielbasa, and
Pasta. Okay. So
there's a little bit of everything. And then there might be chicken in there somewhere. And a crock pot.
I'm a crock pot or something.
Baked beans.
Baked
okay,
beans.
We're in business.
Potato salad.
I'm gonna back out of the room.
Yeah, like that.
That's my favorite thing to do in there.
What? Back out of the room?
You know you don't belong in here.
Exactly. That one's like 2 a.m.
Thank you, Bryce.
Yeah, thanks, buddy.
Yes, thank you very much. Awesome.
Really got- A lot of food is better than not enough food, though.
So we started at 4, by the way. You're down to 1 hit point.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Like, I heard something behind me, I didn't even look, and there was like a loose, like, support. I just walked up, pulled it, and whatever happened back there happened.
I wonder what happens if I do this.
Yep.
In fact, if you want to know who stabbed you.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's a big bag.
She's one of them.
I know.
I saw one of them saw the tag on it. Oh, they came from Disney, never mind.
Yeah, you gotta go there.
I don't know about all that one. Hey Tim, you go to Disney often. Why don't you grab us a couple of those bags?
Sure, why not?
Maybe I'm way too old to go
Which
to
ones
Disney.
did you want? The ones with little parks on it?
They're the blue bags.
I think they just raised the price on
Come in. You raise the price on them, you still on the bags, yeah.
Oh, they forever price gouged on their tickets.
Hello.
I remember when those were like $30 and now they're $300.
Oh, I'm gonna read all the secrets.
Secrets.
Read all the secrets.
There's no secrets out, so you're welcome to look. It's just your characters at the moment.
They're all
Happy
that nice.
4th of,
Happy
or
4th of-
5th of July,
Happy
everybody.
whatever it is.
Whatever it is.
And I brought the music back for you. Because I knew that was your favorite part.
I hooked it up to a surround sound system for you.
I was watching, what's it called? Stranger Things.
Right?
People were.
Third season?
Yeah. And it was pretty creepy. Got to a pretty creepy point. I just reached a point where all of the plots are kind of like layering themselves into one. And we're like, guys, it's all connected.
So are the things truly stranger?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Pretty strange for the time that it's set in, you
So
know?
no false advertising.
You know, if it happened
That's
now,
always
you
good.
know, it'd be like, it's all right. That happens. That stuff happens, you know?
But not
But,
that.
yeah. I was trying to set an exact pinpoint of when it's set. I think it's like in the late 80s.
Would you like some help setting all that up?
Oh no, I got this. I'm just
Sure.
gonna heat these things up,
Okay.
the hot dogs and the burgers in the oven for maybe like 15 minutes.
Okay.
It's on 400, and then I'm gonna throw these noodles in the pot, heat them up real quick, and
That's dinner time.
they're probably like 15 minutes out.
Yeah, let me know if you need anything.
What did she send with noodles? I don't know.
Pasta salad.
Oh, it's the pasta salad. Oh,
Oh,
I think
it's
that's.
pasta,
I think it's
okay.
cold. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, this
Never
is
mind.
fine.
Yeah, I was thinking about it. I'm like, I don't remember. If there was a warm pasta dish, I missed it.
Mhm.
That's awesome. So I was just, that was the one I didn't recognize. Okay.
Yeah, then never mind then. It's crock pot.
Oh, all right,
and-
then there you go.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, Sarah, so
Where's
you're
the
about to say goes down to what, 1 hit point.
Things have been happening.
Strange things that
You show up
happen.
on time.
And there he is. You just missed the big boulder falling on
Oh yeah.
Well, they say around 4. So
you.
around is afterwards as well.
It is.
And you're catching up now.
That's right.
What's going on, guys? How was everybody's 4th of July?
How's everybody's for?
Good.
It was just a day.
Just another day. You got to work and all that.
Yeah, no work on a Thursday. That's nice.
How was your 4th of July?
Same as
Probably the same time. Yeah.
So how was y'all's 4th of July?
It was good. Well,
Oh, okay,
you're
cool.
about to share it with us. 'Cause that was most of it.
That sounds like a
You'll
plan.
feel like you were there.
Is there creepy music with that too?
If you want, I can.
Have we
turn on-
started yet?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, we all died already.
Well, except me. I'm the one that walked forward and pulled the support.
Yeah.
Sit back.
What?
I asked everyone to make a dex roll. Nobody rolled, so you're all done.
Yeah.
Of course, the players weren't
Nice.
here, so.
You would assume that they go into like autopilot, auto roll.
Auto roll, is that the way it works?
Oh,
Yeah.
Just
That was an average
automatic.
roll.
They just automatically start doing
So
acrobatics.
it's a 10 every time.
Oh, you got dice. All right. I brought my bag of mixed dice in case anyone needed extras or whatever.
That's pretty cool, Dad.
Yeah, do you ever, oh, wait, this
Super cool.
little, got it at one of like Ren fairs or something like that.
Mhm.
Well, so do you just, buy random dice from like,
They
cause
just
every,
accumulated over
yeah,
years.
cause every shop sells a die.
Yes.
So it's always good. Like, and it's like usually only like 25 cents or something like that. I've seen them as cheap as even like.
And there's some in there that you
I
look
like
at
the
and you're just
minis.
like, nobody would ever buy those. And then you look at them and you're like, oh my God, that's so cool.
What is that? Is that wood? What is that?
I don't know, take it out. No, just like, sounds like the regular plastic stuff.
Doesn't roll very well. I don't like those rolls.
I don't like it.
Well, you used up all the low rolls, so.
That is not cool. So where were we? Oh, the
Joe, you
head
wanna
turned
smoke right before we
around.
start?
Yeah, I will start
I gotcha.
in just a second.
No, that's fine. That's what I'm checking.
Wait, so am I just the recap boy at this point?
You can be, or I can do it, or somebody else can do it. We can switch back and forth. It's Joe and I talked about it while he was running his game, and I said, because for a while he was doing the recap. I'm like, it's helpful for one of the players to do it because for a couple of reasons. Number one, you find out what they remembered and what they didn't remember. But more importantly, if there was something important that they were supposed to notice in the last session and it's not in the recap, they missed it. So if you think that they know it and they don't actually know it, then your adventure's not going to go anywhere.
Yeah, because you don't know what's going on.
Right, exactly. Oh, there was a mystical symbol on the wall and everything, and nobody ever talks about it again. So nobody remembers that there was a mystical symbol on the wall. But if you don't remember the mystical symbol, you can't open the gate at the end or whatever it is. So that's pretty much the end of the adventure. Everyone go home. So it's good to know what your players know and what your players don't know, and also what they found important and what they didn't find important.
But you obviously tell them at the end, just in case they missed anything.
Right.
Yeah, that's the goal. Is
Sorry?
What's your mom's name?
Erica.
Erica. Thanks.
yeah. So if they miss something or whatever, you kind of throw it in there and make sure. And don't. By the way, don't forget that.
ERICA.
No. HICKA. Oh, yeah. ERICA, yeah.
BINGO.
I like your little screen down there.
You like it? It
Does it
comes with.
still have all the rules on the back?
Interesting.
Oh, that's pretty fucking cool. It has all the effects on it, all the conditions.
It's all the tables that when they did their beta testing for the game system, these were all the tables that person running the game kept going back to the book to check. That's how they wound up on the inside of the screen. They're like, well, they had to keep going back again and again and again and looking for this, and so we might as well have it available to them. Which ones do they check? Which ones do they ignore? And these are the big ones.
Nice.
As far as I'm concerned,
What's that little table?
that's the most useful one. I don't know why they didn't put that in the front. It's during combat, those are all of the options that you can take. So there isn't technically like a defensive stance is one that went out with 3.5. They don't actually have defensive stance in there anymore. It's called dodge, I think, is the one that's technically
Yeah.
defensive stance. That's the game effect.
I remember whenever Joe first was teaching me about like tabletop games,
Mhm.
he showed me Pathfinder first.
Yep.
That's the first one I learned.
And I switch over to D&D and I'm like, this is totally different the way that it's laid out. There's a lot more conditions and stuff, and Pathfinder you have stuff like will save and
Yes. Yeah. Well, you used to have those in D&D also. Second
really?
edition had them. Third edition had them. That's something that we didn't actually go over. If you want to take a look
Oh, that's loud.
Yeah, I know you can hear that bitch from
at that, they
outside.
want to make sure that you know it's done. Yeah, and when you play in all different systems, what you kind of do is you realize, oh, I like this part of this system, and this part of this system, and this part of this system. And if you can figure a way to bring them all together, then it becomes way stronger in general.
Oh,
One of the things that people complained about with the 4th edition, just before this, is 2 things. It was overly complex, and it was mostly geared toward combat. So if you wanted to do role playing, there wasn't a whole lot in there. There weren't a whole lot of skills and things like that geared toward.
I'm sure you can make it story.
You can. You just
You can
know,
make this one story or combat.
right. Well, that's what they went back to, because that was the original D&D. Was they wanted to make sure it was well balanced between the two. So people who wanted to do more of the role playing stuff could have that, and the people who wanted to do combat stuff had that. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. And we want to do a quick sum up of the first session. Super quick. You don't really know anything.
The last one,
Yeah.
last session, we all met up at the tower. You know,
That building that did not make any sense.
yeah, no sense at all. He rode on my back, and we had to go find Poppy at a local tavern.
Mhm.
And this Poppy being gave us a story that the what's his name? The little gnome, the guy that
Tink, I think it was.
The guy you met?
Yeah, no. Knock.
Knock. Oh, I get it. Knock. Okay.
Knock. There he
Knock.
is.
Anyways, Knock set us off on this journey, and he gave us this letter. It says, you know, you can read it if you want, but pretty much saying we've got to go help Poppy on her farm because her daughter Ella is acting really strange. There's been corpses lying around like they've been torn apart.
I'd like to throw in a point that seems like there's a secret organization of protecting small people. I thought that was valid. And now we're on the farm property, and we've already searched the barn to avail. No avail. Yeah. And,
Well, we found a half a farmhand's body.
right, it didn't do us any good though.
Well, just because he searched them and got nothing out of it.
Right.
We go in the house.
But it's good to know that whatever you're up against is something that tears.
All right.
Yeah,
And he
it's
cues-
with no like traces of where it went, where it came from.
All right, and then he cued the creepy ass music when we got in the house. All the lights are on, and we go upstairs. No sign of the dad yet, or Poppy's husband. And we go in the room, and there's Ella sitting in a chair, and you know we sneak up to the door, and she's just blatantly staring at a wall.
And then I cued you to walk into the room, and then what happened?
I walked in, and then she said, and I quote, "Look, Mr. Wiccan, somebody has came to play with us."
And just
Pretty cool.
so they don't get forgotten, there is somebody else who's missing.
The father.
There's somebody else.
Another Mr. Wicked.
Well, yeah, you haven't met Mr. Wiccan yet, but if you look in the description of
Pages.
that mom gives you,
Oh, her little sister. Yeah, her little
there's
sister.
supposed to be another kid around here somewhere.
I completely forgot about that part.
And I'm just saying, you know, it's good to know if something scurries out of the bed really fast, maybe, you know, hold off on the arrow for just a second.
Oh,
because
no, no.
it might be a little sister.
Gotcha.
We were talking about the police.
Do you have a layout of the room, like how it's set up?
I can give you a quick description. It's really,
Yeah.
really simple.
Okay.
It's a big square. There are 3 open windows in the room, one on each of the walls that does not have the door.
Okay.
Okay. Some very simple furniture, a bed that's down on the ground. Basically, there's no feet on the bed,
Okay.
so you know there's no hiding underneath there. There's an old dresser with a mirror on top of it. There's what looks like a rack with some old clothing hanging on it, which, based on the condition of the farm, is probably their newest stuff. because everything around here seems to be falling apart. Most of the furniture looks like it's been around for a really long time. And as far as places to sit, there's just the one chair in the middle of the room,
which Ella is
which
sitting
Ella is sitting in there, facing away from you. She's not looking out the window. She's basically looking at the wall. And
So the window's not in the middle of the wall.
right.
Okay, so she's not gonna run for it and jump out.
Right.
Okay.
And there was a recent storm, if you remember. It was raining when you got
Yeah.
here and everything. The wind is still blowing pretty heavy, and the curtains are flapping, which makes the candlelight a little unpredictable because that's all that's in the room. There's several candles lit, but they're flickering back and forth every time that wind gusts.
Okay.
Excuse me, sorry, I had Mexican.
It's okay. Taco Bell?
Not anymore. All right, before we get started again, did you guys have any other questions?
Those two are hanging back still.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
You're
sick.
fully in the room. You're
No, he's-
I'm at the door.
He's half.
That's right, we should go over where
Yeah.
everyone is standing.
You decided to stay back to watch those two
The
doors.
the two other
And
bedrooms. on the
you're
floor.
somewhere in the middle, aren't you?
yeah, I think I just like following behind.
Okay, so you should probably be pretty close to me by the doorway. My mock arrow just watching.
Kind of like that.
Okay,
Yeah, pretty much.
so we have 3 bows out. Is that what did you?
I have.
Okay,
Oh, everybody's long range, but me, I feel that.
we talked about that, about making sure you had something. And I did want to make sure that you knew that those daggers throw, and you do have proficiency with them. So if you absolutely need something, I mean, keeping them for hand-to-hand combat doesn't make any sense considering the weapons you're carrying.
Yeah.
You know, if you absolutely need something, even to throw somebody off balance or whatever, it's not a bad throwing weapon.
Okay.
All right. And what do you have out?
Oh, okay.
Since you have your choice,
I said something.
or you can
Forgot
just be holding the shield to not look, you know.
No,
aggressive.
I'm wearing the I'm having the battle axe and shield.
Okay.
And
Well,
then
this is a house that happens. How big?
Yeah, it's a little house.
so I'm sort of slouched over,
If
or
the ceiling's right about your head height, it's a little uncomfortable.
so
No
what?
overhead swings for you.
Nope.
Well, he hasn't had us roll initiative yet.
Nope. That's why I wanted to ask.
Okay. So- I say. I just say her name, Ella.
And she turns around a little bit in the chair. Hi, guys.
Can't tell if she saw me.
Were you specifically doing the shadow thing?
No, specifically, that was a doorway to door cracked.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, she turns around because since he said her name, she turns around and looks at him. Hi, guys.
Who are you talking to?
You,
No, who's Mr. Wiccan?
Mr. Wiccan's my friend. He comes and plays with me and takes care of me.
Okay.
Nami doesn't like him very much because she thinks he's imaginary.
Well, where is Mr. Wiccan?
He's around.
Can't do that.
Do you want to do something out of game? If it's something his character would think about, then you can make a suggestion. But otherwise,
Well,
I mean, he's
I
part
kind
warrior,
of
part priest.
show her that I'm not gonna hurt her. I show her that I'm not gonna hurt her.
Right.
I'm just like, okay, being calm with her. I'm like, can you tell me about this Mr. Wiccan?
Oh, Mr. Wiccan is a lot of fun. I ask him for things and he goes and gets them for me. He lights the candles for me. He opens the windows.
Oh, so he's helpful.
He's very helpful.
I'm going to
Do you think we could?
unlock my bow and just put everything away. Like a little more relaxed. Not handle my rapier.
Do you think we could meet Mr. Wiccan?
Sure. I need the 3 people looking into the room to make a perception check.
Oh,
8.
wait, a plus to perception?
Got 11.
A 16.
Okay. You are facing her, and out of the corner of your eye, in the mirror.
Oh, shoot. You want me to step over there?
Nope. You see this.
Oh,
Go across the mirror.
okay.
Roll for initiative.
All right.
All of us?
Yep.
Okay. Was that which
It's
one?
a 20-sided die
Okay.
plus whatever your initiative bonus is up at the top. It's going to be at that top of the middle column.
So, 16.
10.
What's yours?
17.
You're going first, bud.
That's fine with me.
Sorry, 16,
10.
10,
7.
7. Okay.
17.
I have a coaster.
Mm-hmm.
The behind your right.
Aha.
And this is left.
All right. I will assume that you do what any normal person does. You see his head twist around really, really fast, as if there's something on the side of the room.
Okay. I am going to. Can I see where I think he would be seeing?
Yeah, it's a wall with a
That's
dresser,
what I was making
mirror.
sure. Yeah.
Yeah, and an open
Obviously,
window.
I don't see anything.
Nope.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and draw my rapier and step just out of the doorway
Okay.
backwards.
Thanks, bud.
All right. So you step out. You're up next.
I want to make sure nothing can get around me and step in the doorway. And just keep my shield drawn.
So you're gonna step back to guard the doorway.
Yeah.
Okay. You see the same thing that I just described. He's in the room. His head twists around and he starts to step back out of the room. You can see into the room. There's nothing there.
Okay. Am I still like within eyesight of like the mom and like can still talk to her?
She's behind you,
She's behind.
back behind the other ranger.
Okay.
So if you want to turn around, you can turn around to see if she's still there and talk to her for a second. Or you can shout something out to her or whatever it is. You haven't heard her go down the stairs.
Okay. Could I move back and like just like
Yeah, absolutely. That was his instinct. His instinct was to step back with the bow
yeah.
so that he can cover the entire room and not be in the room.
Yeah. So I want to head back and cover the mom.
Okay.
And then once I get to her, I want to ask her if she knows where her youngest daughter is.
You got about 6 seconds. So
Okay.
what do you yell out?
I gotta.
Nope, just yell something out.
Where's your other daughter?
Where's your other daughter? Okay. She rolled really low on her initiative, so she'll answer you eventually.
Okay.
Where's your daughter? Oh no.
Okay. For some bizarre reason, I forgot completely to photocopy your sheet. I need your armor class.
16.
Okay.
Well, actually, +1 was shield, right? Shield.
Did we already add the one?
That should be added, yeah, because you went through and you upped his armor
I thought
class,
I-
remember?
Oh yeah, that's
Well, let's
16.
no wait. Let's double check because I don't want to shortchange it. So it should be. I don't know which armor you're wearing.
Chainmail.
Chainmail.
Chain shirt.
Chain plus. Is it the chain shirt or the full chainmail?
Chainmail.
Chainmail. Armors for full weapons. So it's 16 plus 2. So it should be 18.
Plus my shield.
That's including the
Okay.
shield.
So it's
It should be
18.
18, yeah.
Yeah, it's
You want to
18.
change it?
Yeah.
Change it on the sheet. And you just have to remember if you put the shield down or whatever, that it's
Yeah, I know.
okay. You feel something pound against the shield. As heavy as you are, it knocks you back about a half a step.
Like big crease.
And then you see whatever that is flit across the mirror again. And the curtains at one of the windows fly open. As if something went through.
Oh, right there.
So that you guys see the same thing.
Okay.
Do I run
He,
back?
you hear something hit his shield and he steps back for a second and then the window flies open.
Okay.
Do
Uh,
I still see that though, although I went back? to
Yes,
stand?
you didn't say you were going out of sight of the window and the wall is directly across from you. So you can still see that window.
we'll go ahead and cast that Define Sense
Okay?
and stay with shield.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're just going to stay defensively for a second?
Oh, this turn, right?
He's doing it as a reaction.
Okay.
So that's what you see. You hear something hit his shield, you see him step back, and the two of them step back out of the room and draw the bows. As far as you can tell from where you are, it's just a little girl sitting in a room.
I'm gonna stay where I am for now.
Okay.
All right. Food.
I don't know where she is, or my husband. And the little girl goes, "There he goes!"
I asked the little girl, he left.
He just went out the window. You saw him go. I think you scared him.
Well, he's scared me.
I asked Ella to come with me. I have a present for her.
Um, yeah, I'll do it. Give me a deception check. No, huh?
You roll a one.
What kind of a present?
One that you might be able to go to the market with and buy whatever you want.
What's wrong with your face? He looks like that.
I don't know. I was just born like this.
So, Mr. Licken left.
He did. He might have gone back out to the barn to play some more.
That makes me sad. I want him back.
You could go find him.
Do you think he went to the barn?
He might have. He said he was going there earlier.
Well, does he go other places then? Or does he mainly hang out with you and play?
I don't know where he goes when he's not here.
You should probably ask him one day when you see him.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go check the barn. Thank you very much. Guys. At that point, I'm just going to slowly back down the hallway.
Okay, so you start backing slowly down the hallway.
Mm-hmm. And I'm keeping my hand on my rapier.
Okay. Just in case everyone's wondering, I'll do it. I'll give it for free. Everyone, give me an insight check. Insight is one of the wisdom skills.
Well, that sucks.
No.
Yeah, that sucks.
Bad day.
Not today. He might have got it.
So you don't have a lot of experience dealing with little kids, but as far as you can tell, she just seems like an ordinary little kid.
Yeah.
Just the same as any other playmate. I mean, you were listening for her to like be
That's
making
what I-
something
that's
up
what
or
I got
lying or
from it,
whatever,
yeah.
but you didn't hear anything.
That's what I'm just like backing down the hallway, watching the room. I'm headed to the barn, guys. I mean, we have till sun up to get back.
Yeah.
Unless one of y'all have another lead. By the way, what's in those rooms?
Yeah, that's what I was just
Anybody
like
find
say.
out?
Can I like still? Am I still talking to or like interacting
Yeah,
with
she's
the mother?
at the back, and
Oh my god.
she answers your question, and you guys are backing slowly down the hallway, and you are
Oh, I'm down. I walk down to where Poppy is. And
Okay.
I ask her.
so you're gonna walk past the three of them in the hallway. Okay. So you guys are slowly backing out and everything, watching the room, watching everything, and he kind of turns and starts heading down the hallway.
I asked Poppy to go see if she can find her daughter and her husband, and keep an eye on Ella. If you hear anything, just yell for us.
Okay.
Poppy, when was the last time you saw your husband and other daughter?
Well, my husband and my daughter came to see me at the tavern this afternoon to tell me about the barn,
Okay.
and that was the last time that I saw them.
Okay. All right. Thanks. That was important.
I'll stay with Ella if that's okay.
If you see anything funny, just run down and get back on the
I
horse.
I actually prefer.
Hold on one second. Since you asked and everything, as you guys are coming down the hallway, you would have seen this already because you're standing there and everything like that. The two rooms look about the same as the one you were in.
Okay.
One is
I
obviously
figured.
designed for the couple. One is designed for probably the little girl. There's actually a doll on the bed, but otherwise it's all broken down furniture and there's almost nothing in the room.
Okay.
Everything looks like it's pretty flat on the floor and almost like they couldn't even afford legs to pick them up on the floor for the extra storage space. Either that or because they're all really, really small, they just lower the furniture.
Nonetheless, yeah.
There you go.
That's what I figure those rooms were. But
I asked Poppy and Ella. I asked for them to, if possibly, come with us to the barn.
I don't see why she should have to go out to the barn. There's nothing out there except something that she shouldn't see.
I'm just going, nudge him, God, let's go to the barn.
Yeah.
I tell her just keep an eye on her and I start walking down the stairs. Well, crouch.
Yep.
Stepping.
So you're going down first?
Yeah.
I'll go down second.
Okay.
I'll go down third.
All right.
Before I leave, I'm gonna pull the whistle out of my belt pocket,
Okay.
my belt pouch, and hand it to her. Once again, if you see anything crazy or funny happening, run to the horses and blow this whistle.
Okay.
But I like my whistle back at some point.
Right.
Okay. And then I'm gonna follow up behind
Okay.
and just keep an eye out behind.
All right. You go down the narrow, creaky stairs, relatively uneventful, and out the front door. The barn is just where you left it.
Well, guess I didn't get to use it, but I'm used to find sense, see if anything abnormal is around.
Say it again.
See if anything,
The evil.
define sense, yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember all the things you can sense.
I cast it.
What What's
That sheet
It's
under here.
Is it-
Celestial, Fiend,
Right.
or Undead.
okay. All right, so you do your little half circle kind of thing in front of it. Do you want to do all the way around so that you're basically scanning the house also?
Yeah.
Okay. You get nothing in any direction. So he stops for a moment. He comes out the door. He does his little thing where he holds his holy symbol, and you just kind of.
I just want to make sure that we're not getting blindsided in the rain.
Mm.
Okay.
Oh, my name.
Yeah.
So what is celestial technically?
Celestials are from I don't remember the name of the plane. It's the celestial plane. It's things
Yeah.
like
Like
angels
heavens.
and yeah.
Yeah.
Beasts of Mars.
Oh.
Ethereal.
Yeah. They're part like demigod.
Yeah, you can sense things that the key things that come from other planes to try and influence us and do harm. You can sense those. You can sense the undead, and you can generally sense evil.
Okay.
So if a character is of evil alignment, you would pick up on them too.
Okay.
So as we're all walking down the stairs. Since I'm behind you, and we're like, Uni, when we get out to the bar, I'm gonna give you my lantern, and I'm gonna stay back to you. Like I'd like you to stay back to back with me on this. I have an idea.
Got you.
Okay.
So I'll take
And
the
you
lantern.
need to light the way for the rest of the party.
Okay.
Okay.
So I guess I'll take his lantern and I'll be on that duty.
She said
Duty.
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 Okay.
All right.
So you guys step out of the house. Do you have a specific order that you're walking toward the barn in?
I want her and I being last, but she's in front of me.
Yeah. So I'm
Okay, so
keeping
pretty
an
much
eye
the
on-
same order that you
Yeah.
walk down the stairs in. Okay, that's fair.
Would be most helpful.
I know this is a weird question, but what is in rations? What kind of food?
It's dried food for the trail. Nothing,
Anything like
just enough to keep
powdery?
you going. It's usually dried meat,
Oh,
maybe some crusts of bread that have been preserved.
Jerky and stale bread.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Stuff that's designed to stay for a 2-week
What is
journey
that?
without going bad.
What is that food that was like in like the war rations? Hardtack.
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 MME,
Mm-hmm.
MRE.
MRE.
Not quite that elaborate.
Yeah,
Right.
not as nice as
Um,
that.
Stale bread and jerky.
Right. Yeah, the reason it wouldn't be an MRE is because with this technology, there's no way to preserve it for the road.
Okay.
So MREs are vacuum sealed
Okay.
to keep them from going bad.
Well, yes, on the way.
We're on the way.
On the way.
All right, so on the way, I'm gonna pull out my small mirror and turn back to her and just start watching my mirror with the lantern.
Okay. Give me a perception roll.
Yay!
Yay, you
Really?
got it.
No, I doubt it.
No?
Yeah. Oh, just kidding. I got a 7.
All right.
That was a great idea.
So
though.
you're gonna do that thing where you're turning slowly and you're looking in the mirror and you're going,
Yeah.
and you fix your hair. And you realize that when you're looking in the mirror, you're unfortunately taking up the majority of the. So you try and stretch it out a little bit, and unfortunately, you're blocking the majority. So you have to figure out a better way
Okay, so I'm gonna keep
of doing
trying
that
as-
if you'd
as
like,
this
or you can do
goes.
it at an angle or whatever, and then you would have to turn to be able to see stuff. Otherwise,
Okay.
there you go.
Especially around me.
Could I possibly be like, yo, let's switch. You take your lantern back
I
and
can't see anything.
For some bizarre reason, he's just holding the mirror up and looking at himself, looking at other things. It's
Okay.
very odd.
yo, what you doing?
just
What's your
let
plan
me keep-
here?
let me keep trying. Just keep going.
Okay.
I'll keep trying to find a good angle on this.
What is everyone's passive perception?
9.
What do you
Wait, no.
mean by that?
Yeah.
It's One of the, oh, your sheet didn't. Yeah, it did, bottom left. The passive wisdom perception, the box at the bottom
Just
left,
below your
underneath all your
skills.
skills.
Just below your
Her,
skills.
her sheet is different because
Yeah,
it's,
mine is. Oh, I see
see the
it.
first one?
Yeah.
That's your perception if you're not specifically looking for something.
Okay. 13.
Like, okay.
5? Or do I have 8? Or
No.
3?
Yes.
Oh, 13.
There you go. Okay, so you guys are focused, you're focused on your mirror, you're focused on looking in front and everything like that. You're watching the barn very carefully and everything like that. It's kind of appropriate, actually. You guys noticed that there were a whole bunch of animals here earlier, and they were restless and moving around and making noise and everything like that.
That's
And
it.
there is
What's your-
nothing.
Phew. Oh, jeez.
Nothing.
It is perfectly still. Even
Even
you can't
the
hear
rain,
birds.
yeah.
You can't hear
Oh, is it
insects.
still pouring?
It is not. It stopped
Okay.
raining. It stopped raining. It stopped raining when you got there. All
Okay.
right. There's we talked about there's puddles everywhere. There's like ditches and everything that are filled with water and stuff like that. And you would think that the animals would be moving around and sloshing and everything like that, but there's literally nothing. Which
Okay.
you know from both of the places that you come from, it's never silent unless
Something.
something's right.
Guys, I have a bad feeling about this.
You don't have a bad feeling about it. They have a bad
Oh,
feeling
okay.
about it.
Guys, y'all have a bad feeling about this.
Guys, we have a bad feeling about this. Hey, where are all the farm animals?
What?
Can you detect anything
Oh,
about
what?
that, dude?
That's so creepy. Yeah. I feel like she's hinting at something.
Right.
I'm
Well, you
going-
remember when you pulled up, there was next to the barn, there was that whole padded, like the fence area and everything with the horses. And somebody had commented that it was weird that the horses were out. There was a whole bunch of them. But you found out what happened to the guy who was supposed to be taking care of the horses.
They could be bad.
I guess I'm gonna go ahead and guess the fighting sense
How long does that go?
for a minute.
It's
Oh, actually, yeah, it's already going.
yeah, it doesn't take you a minute to walk to the barn. It's still going.
Okay.
So if you're facing the barn,
I didn't
it's
know if
still
it
doing
was
like a
one
cone
area.
in front of you.
Okay.
It's still active.
At this point, can I try to refocus on my mirror? Like trying to get a grasp of everything again?
Sure. In fact, I'll have everybody make a perception roll.
What is up with this tonight? I got an 8.
21.
So, 17.
Okay.
It's
4.
plus 3, right?
Okay. So, so you're kind of angling the mirror in one direction. You're looking forward from one of the other directions. You see the moonlight reflected. It's about 3/4 moon, nice and bright and everything like that. And something flits across the reflection in the puddle. So I'll show you what you see, and then you can interpret it any way that you want.
I want to see it. Okay.
Okay.
So you see that flit really across in the reflection of the puddle. You instinctively look to see where the puddle is being reflected, and there is nothing. In fact, give me an insight roll.
8.
11.
Okay. I was looking for 10. So if what you saw is real, it should be at least disturbing the puddles. And of course, your instinct is
It's not.
either it's not real or it's something that you can't track, which inherently makes you nervous because that's what you do. You know,
Okay.
that's how you should learn how to fight a creature. You track it long enough and you figure it out. But if it doesn't disturb the ground, do you want to let anyone know that you saw this stuff, or?
Yeah, I guess I'll like visibly, I'll alert and be like, hey, I just saw,
Don't look at me. Look at them.
hey, I just saw a reflection of something. Where was it exactly? Was it like as we were facing the barn, or was it like
Off to one side.
Off to one side. So I point to the side that I saw it in. I just saw something run across over there. Did we see which direction it was going in?
coming from the barn,
coming from the barn.
So it's
Toward-
going back
towards
to
the
the
house?
house.
back toward the house.
Okay. So I saw something in a reflection on the puddle going back towards the house from the barn.
Good. Everyone, give me an initiative roll. Or don't bother.
15.
20.
There you go.
2.
20 plus what?
3. So he's got 23.
Okay.
Is this wisdom again?
This is your
initiative
initiative up at the top.
be-
Okay.
Yeah, it's based on dexterity,
Okay.
which is generally speaking how fast you react to situations. So
I'm assuming,
initiative.
2.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Oh, I was 15.
um,
And
13.
13.
Oh, yeah, 14. Sorry.
14.
what's my shield made out of? Is it like a?
You don't have any reason to make it out of wood, so I assume it's made out of metal.
How shiny is this metal?
How shiny would you like it to be? Paladins usually take really, really good care of their equipment, so
So it's pretty
I
freaking
will.
shiny.
I will say that you keep it well polished.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take it off my arm and kind of do number. There's doing.
Okay, so she says something about a reflection or whatever, and you immediately take the shield off and you're holding it
Yeah.
out in the direction that she was talking. Okay, so yeah.
So what is initiative do? Is that just
It's the order of
Fighting.
fight. It's the
Okay.
order of action
okay?
in combat. So generally speaking, within each 6-second round, whoever can respond the fastest gets to go first.
Okay, that's kind of what I figured.
Yep.
But just wanted to make sure.
And it just determines the order. So whoever reacted first is going to be the first one to recover and react again.
Oh, is the food like ready?
I feel you, Sarah.
You want to grab some of me?
No, we can wait
Take a
till we
look.
No,
have a
no,
break.
it's fine.
We can wait till we have a lull. I didn't realize it was like ready though.
We're at a lull.
We are at a lull?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing started, right?
We haven't. We know.
Right, yeah. Oh, I gotcha. Oh, you sweet 20. Or should have done something besides just initiative. Not
Well,
saying
I'll give you that. You spin to where she, because you're going to react first. You spin to where she was talking, and you hold the mirror up, and there, looking at you in the mirror, is that.
Oh, man. That's pretty scary.
Okay.
What
Everyone's seen it at this point, so I can.
I'm gonna say, yeah, guys,
So
you
I
see
will
this
put that
thing,
out.
right?
So good thing they don't have will save in this.
They do. Saving throw. Wisdom.
Yeah, it's against wisdom.
Oh shit.
And there's also a condition called frightened.
Oh, you should have probably. You should have got that on me. Should've put
Oh,
that
I
on
am
me.
actually
It's okay. You can
I'm
get
a
your dinner. You don't have to like
disadvantage of
narrate while
being
you go.
frightened.
Say again.
I have a, what's it called?
Yeah, you guys have advantage.
Yeah.
What's the line, cone, cube, sphere, and cylinder?
Areas of effect for spell.
Okay.
So sometimes the spell will have like there's a spell called it's a wind spell,
Mhm.
and it says it's a cylinder around you. So it's just for
So-
people who aren't right. It's literally a circle around you, but up
Okay.
straight up.
Well, I'll give you another example. Last campaign, I played a dragonborn, and they have a certain spell where they can breathe whatever element they are. So I was fire, so I was able to shoot a 35-foot cone of fire
Okay.
at the enemy. Twice a day.
I think
Have
so.
you
Was
used
it once, and
one?
then you had to do a short rest or
Yeah.
something?
Yeah. After a short rest, I could use it again, but that was a trait being a dragonborn.
Okay.
Obviously, the cone originates from him and spreads out.
Right.
And a line is, pretty much a gun.
Yeah, they thought just about every detail out that you can ever think of. So, yeah. It took me years to figure it out, though.
Yeah.
Many years.
You did a really good job on making things look good.
What is it?
You guys did a really good job on making stuff look good.
The food you're talking about?
What?
Yeah.
That
I didn't
is-
always talk
She
about
made it
it.
That
very
is actually
unique
Bryce's
for
mom.
me. Yeah,
Bryce's mom
she
put all
was
that together
very
for us.
Sweet for doing
But
that.
that's pretty awesome.
She was like, you know what? We have all this stuff in the house. And if you guys are going to be together,
That
you're
was
going to need
super
dinner.
nice.
It would
Yeah.
have taken us like weeks to eat all that.
Oh, I'm sure.
Honestly, seriously.
That's
As many as
actually
any.
being a half for Scott. So he would take care of that.
Keep goals. All the goals.
Kiko? There's.
I'm going to leave the creepy music on this week, Sarah.
That was him.
Yeah, we got
I didn't see it. It's okay though. I'll survive.
Yeah, that was your favorite.
I will say that sweet.
You guys realize the people who brought the food over aren't eating the food. So
We're
it's all
waiting to see-
poison.
we're waiting to see what's still good.
So bad.
I'm glad you love the storyline and stuff.
Mhm.
She
Yeah,
loves,
it's
she
fun
loves
listening.
listening to all this.
Yeah,
Oh, good.
it's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, she won't be able to help you.
Wow, we
Yeah,
don't
thanks, Tim.
Hey, I didn't tell her not to play. I offered repeatedly.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, the one person who hasn't decided whether he's going to play or not is the cleric who would have been able to heal you if you get injured. So
Well, I mean, I'm a paladin. I have a
Yes, you
spell
are.
for
Yeah.
that.
you got lay on hands.
Yep.
You got 5 points. Dude.
Yeah, 5 points.
Hey,
First
don't
level
make fun of
paladin
my
gets 5 points. You get your whole
On
thing.
anybody.
You lay your hands on somebody, they get 5 points back. Actually, you can divide it up among a bunch of people.
5
You get a
people.
point, and you get a point. and
You get 1.5 point. You get 1.5 point.
But I don't really like you, so you only get a half a point.
Joe, you can have a 1.5 a point.
That rounds down.
Yep, everything rounds down.
Oh, everything rounds down?
Yep, in this game.
Oh.
It's just something they've always done that way.
All right, so I made a decision while we're kind of like between stuff and everything. I made a decision. I really like the whole idea of working in. For those of you who haven't looked at the book, you can take a look at it's got intro through the player's guide. They're called feats. They're kind of specialized skills that people can learn. The way that it's currently set up is when you get to a certain level, you can normally increase your base stats. You can add 1 to strength, 1 to intelligence, or 1 to wisdom. Whatever you've been working on, as a player, you get better at it. I'm just better at noticing things. I'm better at, I've just gotten faster because I've been working on my reflexes, that kind of thing.
Not stronger, smarter.
Stronger, smarter, faster, whatever it might be, or more charming. The way that the current rules are set up is when your character gets to that point, you can either increase your base stats or take a feat.
Okay.
The stats apply to a bunch of things overall. The feat is very specific, but you do things like
I like that option.
some kind of mastery. One of them, for example, is called polearm mastery, where basically you take those big giant weapons and you can do those things, that kind of thing, and you get all kinds of bonuses.
There's also something that's really cool. They put deflect arrows in there, right? Deflect arrows
That's a
pretty much.
monk thing. I don't think anyone else can take the feat.
Are you sure?
No,
I
I'm
think
not sure.
I think it's in
Don't look at me.
feats too.
Oh,
No. Not not like deflect it. You're not allowed to throw it back.
It's the
That's
catch
the monk
that
thing.
you have.
No, you're only allowed to deflect it.
Well, you are welcome to take a look at them.
Oh,
If you want to see if there's something that by that point fits your character. We are not doing it the way that it's in the book. Okay? We're doing it the way that it used to be done in 3rd edition, or it was 3 or 3.5.
3 started feats, I think.
3 started feats. So here you go. When your character goes up in stats, you just get your stat increase wherever you want it. Feats you will get automatically in addition.
Okay.
So in addition to whatever your character normally gets, every 5 levels, you can pick a feat. The only condition that I have for it is, since they're so powerful, you have to have an explanation for how on earth you learned to do that. Okay, so if you want to take a feat of like 2-weapon fighting or something like that, which is a pretty powerful thing, anyone can fight with 2 weapons. Just like, for example, right now, if you pick up a short sword with one hand, a dagger with another hand, you actually have a chance of hitting things with both weapons. Except you know that whichever weapon you're using in your main hand has a way better chance of hitting than whichever one you're using in your off
You
hand.
get usually like a -2.
You get a
to
-2.
that roll.
2-weapon fighting does away with minus. You are equally skilled with both hands. It also takes away the condition. The condition normally is whatever you have in your offhand has to be a lighter weapon than whatever you have in your primary hand. That condition goes away also.
I always thought that was a little silly.
So 2-weapon fighting, you can literally have a long sword in each hand and be equally skilled with both of them, if you so choose. Okay. And so there are some pretty powerful feats, but that's a very specific type of skill. You don't really learn the techniques of doing that unless somebody teaches you. So it would have to be, you're in the city, you're looking for a weapons master, you make an arrangement with him to go on a mission for him or pay him or whatever it is, and he teaches you over the course of 2 or 3 weeks or whatever how to fight with that second weapon. And then you can now add the feat to your character sheet. Is that a fair trade-off? You get the feats for free as long as you've been working into the storyline.
Okay.
Does that work?
That's good with me.
And then I know we didn't look at them for your campaign, but if you have not looked at the feats, there are some really, really cool things in there, which is why I wanted to include them. Cool. Okay.
Do we fully see this guy now?
We can't see him.
We've all seen what it looks like.
You've all seen a glimpse of it. And you've already figured out the pattern. So
Okay, so when
your instinct is to go first. You turn the mirror exactly where she showed.
Mm-hmm.
Poof.
My turn.
There he is. And he is coming up behind you. Really, really fast.
No, I see him in the mirror.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So obviously I'm gonna look to see if I can see him. And I'm gonna yell, "There he is!"
Okay.
Okay. So he actually got the drop then?
Sorry.
Does still get actions or anything, or is it just like a reaction?
If you got a bonus thing or something like that.
Okay.
Because your thing in combat was to take the mirror, scan across, find out where he was, realize he's coming up behind him, warn them. If you want to, you can do one of the quickie actions like draw a weapon or something.
Yeah,
like
I'm gonna draw my bow. I'm gonna go ahead and drop my mirror and get my bow ready.
Yeah, I was wondering about that because the bow is two-handed. So, and of course, the mirror is the only way that you can see him.
Well, I said do I turn around and see him?
You turn around, he's not there.
Oh, okay.
Nope.
That's a different story.
Nope. You turn around, there's nothing there.
Okay.
But you know he's there in the mirror, and he's only about 10 feet from you, 9 feet from you, 8,
Yeah.
7,
7.
6.
Yeah, I'm gonna just like I said, draw my rapier and spin around, and there he is. Like I said, I mean, I don't think I get anything else to him. I'll turn. Maybe I can try to just tumble away.
You're still dropping the mirror and grabbing the bow?
No, I mean, like you said, if I looked and it wasn't there, I need the mirror.
Right.
So I'd pull a rapier instead.
Okay. So you've got a couple of things. You've got the shield, you've got the puddles on the ground that you noticed him in, and you've got the mirror.
Mhm.
Most of which is not especially helpful, but at least you have an idea of where he is.
Oh.
You pull out the rapier.
Mhm.
And you feel the rapier thrust aside by nothing in particular, and you feel something slash across your chest.
Oh no, I'm dead.
You feel it cut through the leather armor on your chest. Take 3 points.
Okay.
Definitely a slashing, slicing. So you guys, he's over there. And as you turn instinctively, he's got his weapon out, and you see these slash marks appear across his armor, and blood starts to well out.
Well, this isn't good.
It's my turn. Or
Hang on.
trying to keep prepared. Not very good at it though. Is there cheese in here?
There might be.
Yeah.
Is there what? In the sausage things?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
They are.
Ballpark.
That's a brand.
Yeah, I know.
There's cheese on them.
It looks like a ballpark. I can tell by the taste and the color.
all right, yeah, 15 is up next.
Okay.
So you turn your head, you see him go, there he is, and he takes out the sword. The sword gets pushed aside by something, and you see the slash marks appear across his chest.
I want to, I guess, try and communicate with him out of being question, I guess. So,
Sure.
What? I mean, are Fae invisible? Like anything like that? 'Cause that's the
Right, certain Fae can be,
Okay,
if they choose to be.
and they can also be malicious too.
They
Can't they?
they can or not. Usually their favorite thing is to appear to be friendly.
Mm-hmm. Which is what it's doing. With
Right. Most Fae get their power from people's belief in them.
Mhm.
In fact, some of the Fae that you're familiar with only have power if people from our realm give it to them.
Mhm. Okay.
So I have no power unless you ask me for something, and then I can act. That kind of thing. So say if there was a little girl that needed a playmate,
Wanted to put all her, imagination and belief into it. And yeah.
but the image that you saw in the puddle doesn't look like much of anything you've ever seen. Of course, your experience is still relatively limited, but
Mhm.
it does not look like any of the Fae you're familiar with.
Okay.
Did that answer all of your questions?
I think so.
Okay.
I guess I still will try to communicate. I guess first in common.
Okay. I was gonna say pick a language and then shout something out.
Yeah, Mr. Wicked. Like, why are you doing this?
Okay, that's what she does. Would you want to take any physical movement while you're doing it?
Curl up into a bowl.
I guess draw my bow with an arrow pointing in the direction in front of Garrote.
Garrote.
Do you know what a garrote is?
No.
That's fine. Okay. Garrote is the thing that assassins use. It's the wire that comes
Okay.
behind, and you.
And there's also an act of strangulation.
And the process of using it to strangle somebody is called garrote.
Garrote.
A
Interesting.
garrote is an assassin's weapon.
Funny, you just get slashed.
Pretty funny.
Okay. So
All right, so you're attempting to negotiate by drawing a weapon and threatening it. Okay, got it.
yes.
All right,
Yeah.
good. You're up next. So that's what you say. You see, you turn your head. He goes, there he is, and you immediately look to see where he's pointing. You see the slash marks appear, and she turns, takes her bow out, and goes and yells, "Mr. Wickham, why are you doing this?"
Okay. I'm going to hold my bow.
Okay.
And look for any puddles around.
Okay. Give me a
I like to activate self-destruct.
What's your name?
No.
Gulag?
whichever one is higher.
Gulag.
Pokemon.
Use perception or insight.
Use perception or
Perception or insight, whichever one is this is your higher skill.
That's a
9.
9. Okay.
Mhm.
14.
Okay. So you slide just a couple of feet and you can see his reflection in the pool. He's standing in front
Oh,
Garage.
of Garat.
okay.
And he looks like that now. So you have a pretty good idea of where the slash marks came from
Okay.
on his armor. You have not taken action yet, so if you'd like to, you can.
Shoot,
You
an arrow?
can wait until he answers her, or you can go ahead and fire. You have a pretty good idea where he is.
I'm gonna shoot an arrow.
Invisible is -5.
What is it?
So you're normally -5, but since you have a pretty good idea of where he is in the puddle, we'll do it at a -2.
Okay.
So it's a D20.
Okay.
And then you're going to add your 2 hit roll from your bow, which is there.
Okay.
And then whatever, you roll the die, add your bonus, and then subtract 2.
So 13.
Is that a 3?
It's a 5.
Oh, it's a 5. So if you rolled a 10, so it'd be 15 to hit.
The -2.
And then it's-
So
okay.
13.
I didn't hear that. Minus 2 card. Oh, because of invisibility. No.
So you roll a 13. Okay. So you have a pretty good idea of where he is. You fire the arrow. It goes slinging past him. He's a lot thinner than you thought he was. It literally goes through the little outfit, the rags that he's wearing. It goes through them and past it, and he turns to look at you. There we go.
Was he affected by the arrow?
You missed.
Well, I mean, like, you said it like moved the rags on him.
Yep.
Okay.
He's wearing clothing. It literally skimmed through it. It's about as close as you can get.
I got your point, though.
You got my point.
I got your
Okay.
point.
But as far if you're asking whether he's going to be affected if he's hit by an arrow, you
Yeah.
don't know yet.
Okay.
And that's Ethan.
That's creepy.
I'm assuming I can see him fully.
You're trying to you're trying to do the reflection in the
Yeah.
in the shield. Okay. Give me a roll, either perception or insight, whichever is higher.
I'm pretty sure they're the same. Yep. 14.
You still have the battle axe out, and you angle the shield so that you can actually see him. He's standing in front of Garat, so you can figure out where those slashes come from because you can see those huge claws. He fires an arrow, and the thing turns to face him.
Okay. Well. I know what I can maybe do. So, I'm gonna try some. How close is he?
Well, you guys are walking in a line, so I'm going to say 12 feet, 15 feet. You can close and still act if you want.
Yeah, I want to, be, decently aggressive. And, tell him, try to get his attention on me rather than little guy.
Okay. How are you planning on doing that? Bellowing, charging, banging your weapon on your shield,
Yeah, we can do that.
all of the above?
Sure.
All right. Give me an intimidation roll.
Oh, what I've been waiting for.
It basically just makes a whole bunch of noise.
24?
Okay. So you start charging toward this thing, which is a little bit difficult because you're trying to look at the reflection in the shield at the same time and everything like that. It's kind of a little awkward. You do know, by the way, that if you do close to combat, you can't use the shield for defense and use it as a reflective surface at the same time. So you're gonna
I
have to
understand
pick.
that.
Yep, you're gonna have to pick one of the two. So you go charging at this thing, and you see it literally turn its head from him to you, look back at him, and then finally look at you and take a step back.
He's like, oh, okay, I'm a little scared now. Well,
Anything else at the end of the round?
I want to stop like 5 feet before him.
Okay.
And I yell, Yeah, let's try an abyssal. Yeah, I just want to say, what are you doing here?
Okay. So in a bizarre language, nobody else speaks it as all right. It's from another plane.
That's
I
a little-
assume-
A bonus language I never picked, but
Okay.
go ahead.
I assume it's not going to
It's
be
not
from,
abyssal.
yeah, it's not a magic language from another plane. So,
No.
all right. So in a bizarre language, the paladin shouts something really obnoxious sounding out, vaguely demonic.
Lots of hissing sounds and.
All right. Round 2.
Round 2. I
First.
am going to take off and hide behind him.
Okay.
Come up on my shoulder.
I literally like hide.
So you can go one of two directions. You can run around the two of them, or you can run around this thing where you think it is and come around the far side. Running around this way, basically, you would be running behind him, then you would be running behind her, and then you would be running behind him.
That's fine.
So you're basically changing its target over and over again.
Right.
Okay?
I make a high
And-
check.
Sure.
What?
Stealth.
So,
Not
natural 20 plus 7.
Okay.
He does.
So he darts behind you and doesn't come out the other side.
Okay.
Oh, I was trying to get behind him.
I know.
Okay.
She's the first
I
one
see
to
what
see you,
you,
and
I
he's
see what
busy.
you're saying now. Yeah.
So you see him out of the corner of his eye, he goes, and he's gone.
Quick question. Wait,
Sure.
did it get a turn? Did it just did the double take thing?
It attacked him.
Oh.
Because he was in the back. I'm trying to find it with the mirror.
I guess
So it went fur?
I shouldn't yell anything right now.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
He took the mirror out, he found it, he yelled a warning or whatever, and then it attacked.
Okay.
So at this point,
That happened before we started this, right?
That was how the combat started.
Gotcha.
He identified it and it attacked right away.
I was just wondering if it answered either of us.
It did not.
It didn't. Okay.
Well, we
I
don't
like
know
to,
yet.
I like
You don't
to
know
switch
yet?
weapons.
Yeah, it's only been about 3 seconds, 4 seconds.
Okay.
You yelled something, he stepped forward, he yelled something in a different language
Now I'm going
Yeah.
to switch my bow at this point.
while you moved.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that's fine. All right. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are you rolling for?
I'm rolling to see what he does.
He's rolling to confuse us. He's rolling for a couple of reasons.
Okay.
Right now, I'm rolling for his reaction to Ethan.
Okay.
And since he did it, he
Interesting.
rolled that.
Interesting.
So everyone who is watching him realizes that this thing takes off toward the house.
Like we see the direction
And
of
then
its
you see
reflection.
in the reflections, you see it, you see just flashes of images or whatever, and you can see it running toward the house. By this point, because it's really, really obvious, you realize no footprints, no wake, nothing.
So he's floating.
Which is your normal instinct is I'm going to track the thing. and
Yeah.
You
the
can.
plan.
There's nothing.
Something's amiss.
Okay. Is that something that I know about Faye at all? Like if they normally float or don't leave any tracks?
Give me an Arcana roll. Go for it. I have it now.
That would be 15.
They're especially skilled at moving through forests. Really good. For example, there's a spell called Pass Without Trace that druids can use, and all that kind of stuff, and everything is a nature spell.
I didn't even
That
think about
basically does
druid.
exactly this. No trail, no tracking, no whatever it is. But it doesn't seem like something that would sit around casting spells
Yeah.
necessarily, unless it had some kind of inherent natural ability.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it did kind of slash Joe.
Kind of.
Okay. So
Ow.
So everyone's moving. The people who are actually actively watching and everything, you see the reflection take. As soon as he charges, he steps foot in front, he yells something or whatever, and the thing takes off for the house.
He knew what I was saying.
And there it goes.
Okay.
Maybe, but then again, if a 7-foot German guy stepped up to you and spoke German, there's very intimidating. You don't need to know what he actually
Yeah,
says.
some kind of
Yeah.
Demon language is pretty scary.
All right, Sarah, your reaction is next.
My reaction is next. So I'll just turn to
But
the
technically,
party.
you're still in combat. So.
Yeah, I'll turn to the party and say it's going back towards the house. So like obviously just like bring it to everybody's attention
So that's what she yells.
I
It's going
guess.
back toward the house.
and I guess start
I'm running
yeah
at this thing.
yeah I start movement back towards the house.
I don't know how fast it is, but I'm running at it.
Can I still do that with my bow drawn?
Sure.
Will that
You'll have to stop to take the shot.
yeah? But like will that like?
By the way, that's a
uh,
feat.
But you can shoot while moving.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And there's also mounted archery.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Oh.
Like on horses and
okay.
Elephants.
So does that deter my ability to like? Does that like change my movement speed or anything like
Well,
that?
out of game, your character knows that that's not the normal environment for bows. Bows are
Yeah.
normally slow and steady and firing from
Yeah.
distance and everything.
Yeah.
This is more of a melee combat thing.
Yeah.
If you run up to it and try and fire with the bow, it
Yeah.
can push the bow before you can get the arrow,
Yeah.
which means that you will miss. So knowing that, you will have to figure out where you want to run to take your shot.
Exactly.
Of course, you could take a shot from here.
Yeah.
Without moving.
I am
Or you
going
can take the shot
to-
first and then move.
I am going to, put my bow away
Okay. While you're running.
as I guess put it away to take off.
I gotcha. So there you go. She slings the bow. She goes, there it goes. She slings the bow and she starts running back toward the house.
I'm gonna fire another shot.
Okay.
Oh, shoot.
Go for it.
are you able to see it?
So was that perception? Right?
It is your attack bonus.
Okay.
Right in the middle for the bow.
So
So
12
that'll be whatever it is plus 5 minus 2.
and 10.
So you fire another arrow, it goes over its head, just a little overshot or whatever, and lands in front of it. Continues on toward the house. You're gonna charge after it. Are you still using the shield to try and watch it, or are you gonna rely on the reflections from the ground?
Well,
You figured out why I chose this as the first thing, yeah. Okay.
I'm still using the shield sorta. I'm kind of like holding it like this and
Go back and forth.
yeah.
Alright, so you start taking off, your belly's a little awkward, everything like that, you're a little slower than you normally would be, but at least you can see it running toward the house,
To kind of tell where it goes in the house,
goes up to the door.
to the door, not the window. So I know it's not necessarily might be floating.
Which is open because nobody.
Wait, is it running?
Came out.
Is it like running or floating?
It is. It appears to be running, but there's no marks on the ground.
No splashes, no
No
marks.
splashes,
Yeah.
no marks, no trail, no track.
Okay.
Is the door open?
It is because nobody said they were closing it.
Closed.
How
Just the
tall
same
is
way.
this?
Just the same way that you guys walked into his
Yeah.
room. All
How
tied
tall is
together.
this creature?
That's a really good question.
17-foot tall.
Because I want to know if he runs up to the doorway and bop on it, the doorway.
I mean, he jumped out of the second story.
It is a little bit shorter than an average human.
Oh, okay, so it's not very
Maybe
big.
elf height, but it's really skinny and like looks almost drawn.
Okay.
America.
All right, so those who are watching it in through the door. Your shield takes off,
I see that.
but you
So-
still had movement left. So if you want to go with him, you can.
I am gonna go to where I drop my mirror and try to find my mirror.
Okay.
He likes his objects.
I like my
It's
objects a
shiny.
lot.
It's shiny. It goes back into the house. Alright,
Uh-oh.
so you're stopping the chase to look for the mirror. Got it. Okay.
Heavy dice. Shouldn't be too hard. I already
Sarah.
stopped writing.
Sorry. Sorry.
No, it's okay. It's alright.
Number 2.
The pri-
That was good, wasn't it?
Priorities, man. Gotta go for the dessert. How are they?
They're
Did you get one of those
delicious.
last night?
Are they Publix?
I didn't
Yeah,
either.
so their frosting is super fluffy.
Super fluffy.
I can tell it's a good thing because she's trying not to smile. Because you
Uh-huh.
realize if it sounds good but doesn't sound too good, then you'll think about going over to it. And meanwhile, she'll go up and get another one.
Well, they're
I understand. It's okay.
Okay, so you
You're
said my
next.
name. What's up next? Okay. Have I reached the house at this point? Am I?
Well, I'm checking to see if you would actually follow it into the house, or you would stop. You would wait for them.
Aren't I in front?
You would check to see where they are.
Yeah. I
You
guess
were you were in the back, so
I guess I'll turn around and see if anybody's following. Is anybody following?
he has stopped. He is charging behind you. He's turning around.
How fast is she?
You'd be
25,
catching
right?
up.
I'll be catching up.
The halflings run slower. They have no legs.
Okay, so I'm like right on
So
top
you're
of
gonna
her.
you're gonna pass her. In
Well,
just a
I'm
second.
running right in the house and seeing where it's
Okay,
going.
hang on 1 second. So you
So, yeah, I'll stop and let him, go for the house first, and then, I'll just follow in behind him.
Okay.
But, be watching. I mean, nothing's gonna be behind me, but.
He's
I don't
behind
know.
all right, so there you go.
He's behind.
So she starts heading toward the house, following this thing. She yells, "Let's go into the house." She starts heading toward it and everything. She slows down a little bit, and he is quickly catching up. He stops and drops to the ground.
How's like that?
Mhm.
So you basically have 3 different party members all doing something slightly different.
Yeah.
So you can go with one of those 3, or
I'm gonna
you can choose a different path.
run up to the house.
Okay.
Can I swap my bow for my short sword?
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right. So you get to the door first. What would you like to do?
I'm looking for this thing.
Are you stopping at the door, or are you running into the house?
I'm running into the house.
Okay, you run into the house. And you quickly scan around with the shield, and it does not appear to be in this common room.
Okay.
It's right there at the base of the house.
I go up the stairs.
Head to the stairs.
I yell, Poppy.
And that's, hold on 1 second, and that's when you hear the whistle.
I yell all the way. I run all the way to the back of her room.
Okay.
See if everything's okay.
So you're heading to the stairs. All right, I gotta go in order of initiative,
Okay.
so. I'm not gonna have to roll for it because I'm just.
I knew about
you would
where
take
it
20,
was,
so-
yeah.
So, okay, so you found your mirror. It is shattered. No.
I know, right? I'll cry.
You found your mirror. I'll give you a full.
Do I hear the whistle or is that before?
Yep.
Okay. Which direction is the whistle coming from?
The house.
The house? Oh, Jesus. All right. I'm going to start running towards the house and yell, don't go and do anything stupid yet.
He runs into the house around the same time as the whistle.
Yep.
He is right behind him at the door, but he hasn't really come in yet. So I'm waiting
Yep.
for a moment. And she is running behind as fast as she can. And the only other thing you notice is that he's swapping weapons out. He
Okay.
goes for a hand-to-hand weapon.
Okay.
Sarah, anything special? Yeah, we're going through these really, really fast because I don't want anyone to feel like.
So, as he hasn't gone upstairs yet, so
Oh,
I follow into the house. I the words that I'm trying to think of are, I mean,
Oh, you do good. Oh, no. I don't like that face down.
I guess I wanted to, I guess,
Try not to.
can I like roll for perception or like, I
What are you
guess
looking
for it inside and reflective surfaces, and you said we already checked?
He runs
or-
inside. You see him in the doorway, and he does this quick scan with his shield or whatever, and then
I also
immediately
see
runs.
that?
He runs
Okay.
to the staircase.
Okay. So I'll follow up.
So you can either trust the fact that he scanned the room, or you can come in and scan again. You can stop for a moment and make sure that it's not here, so that if it was hiding somewhere, it's not behind you. All those
Yeah.
kind of- just those are the kinds of things that you would normally think about. Is
Well, you heard the whistle.
you heard the whistle.
Mm-hmm.
So
you guys are welcome.
Yeah. So I'll follow.
Like Tori
Follow
yell.
Okay.
A whistle is a
Yeah.
whistle.
He goes charging in. She's about at the door when you get there.
He's still way behind.
Are you turning to look?
Yeah.
Okay. You turn around and look. He is up off the ground and moving toward the house. And yelled.
Don't do it. Nobody do anything stupid.
Nobody do anything stupid.
So I'm gonna wait.
Okay. So you wait at the doorway.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're gonna follow him up the stairs. You're out on the stairs. You're about 3/4 of the way up the stairs when you hear the little girl yell, "Mr. Wicken, no!"
I know. You
It's
gotta
your
keep your
turn.
eyes
So
on.
I left
I'm
it
still
for you.
running. Still running.
Okay. You get to the top of the stairs.
Yeah.
You got 3 rooms. You got the 2 rooms off to either side, which have no lights on. You got the room at the end with the candles where you left
I'm gonna just do.
the mom and the daughter.
I'm going to mom and daughter.
So you're just going to charge straight down the hallway. A very paladin
Yeah.
thing to do. My paladin's not
That
with
is.
that.
You get inspiration for this one, Ethan?
You charging?
Yeah.
Good job.
That-
You're playing your character
That
good.
was my thought.
Yeah, you're doing good.
What?
Have you watched the new Voltron?
I didn't even know there was a movie.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. They do a cute little D&D episode.
So you now have inspiration, which is a plus or minus. It's a definite yes or a definite no. It means that you have advantage on any one roll that you choose.
And I'm allowed to give it away,
You
correct?
you can give it away if somebody else is making a roll that is absolutely critical. The thing is that you have to announce it before you roll. You have to say
One
this
of
is
those?
where you can mark it any way you want. You can put a check mark, you can put a plus, you can put a big I, whatever it is. Once you use it or give it away, that's it.
Okay.
So there you go.
Does he only have that like once ever, or like every once in a while? Like,
It's for
Whatever you play,
It's for
player.
role playing the character well, even in contradiction of what you know is probably the best thing to do.
gotcha.
Your character is acting the way your character is supposed to act, and it is improving the story, even if it means that you might not make it.
Gotcha.
All right, so you go charging down the hallway, and you are behind him, and you are waiting at the door. You catch up to him.
Is it my turn now?
Yeah, you hear the little girl yell. You hear it from the window rather than from down the stairs, but still.
Okay. As I'm running and at this point, I'm going to just pass you. I'm gonna yell, grab mirrors. And I'm gonna walk in and just scan the room quickly for a mirror.
Okay. In the common room, there is nothing. Everything's kind of dusty and dirty, but it's very difficult to tell because there are no lights lit in this room. There's a little bit of moonlight coming in from outside, but that's pretty much it.
So
If there was something reflective, you probably wouldn't even see it.
Okay, so it's just like a quick glance. The
Yeah.
mirrors, nope, I'm going up the
Yeah,
stairs.
that's why I gave you
Yeah.
the basics, and if you want to
Yeah.
stop and look and shine up a platter or something, you can do that. Ooh, sparkly.
Sparklight.
Okay, so you do a quick scan of the room. So he goes right past you, and he does a quick scan of the room really fast, and then so your turn.
Oh, I'm headed up to, obviously I told you to find a mirror.
He says, find a mirror, runs past you, does a quick scan of the room, and then heads to the stairs.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm still in the hall. I'm following behind in the hallway.
So you get to the top of the stairs. You got the 2 bedrooms on either side. You got the one at the end. He goes charging right past the 2 bedrooms on either side, straight down the hallway.
I feel like you really want us to go into one of these 2 bedrooms. But no, I'll follow behind, and I won't like go into the room, but I'll stay outside.
Stay. You'll stop. Even if he goes in, you'll stop at the doorway.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mortal Kombat.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So even before you get inside the room, you see what's left of Poppy.
Other
It looks
should did research before this.
it looks like what might happen to somebody if they tangled with some kind of wild animal and lost that way.
Okay.
I'm letting you know that she's on the floor before you, as you get to the doorway. So you
Where's she at?
charge in. She's about in the middle of the room next to the chair. The little girl is not in the chair.
Where's she at?
In the chair.
This is what you can see from the hallway. I'm letting you know in case you want to,
Okay.
right? I want to be very specific. So
Okay.
I'm letting you know that you can see what's left of her.
About
before
how tall
you-
is the little girl again?
She's 7 or 8, so
And she's a halfling.
And she's
Next
So
to
like
half.
this tall.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I'm 2
No,
foot something.
yeah.
I'm 2'10".
Yeah,
So
I'm like-
she's little.
all right. You said this
Um,
creature's about what, almost 6 foot?
Yeah.
So
5'5", something like that.
okay.
So I'm giving you a second to think because you said you were charging, and now you have more information. So if you decide you want to stop in the hallway, you can. If
Okay,
you decide you want
I
to
know what
charge
I'm
in the room,
doing.
Go for it.
About how big is a water skin? That's a
It-
decent amount of water, correct?
Yeah, it's about half a gallon, I think.
And how big is the nozzle on it?
Drinking size.
Drinking size, so probably like that.
Yeah.
I just do that and I sling the water all over the room.
You have one of those out.
Yeah, I'd assume it's like right here on my backpack, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, it is.
Most people carry them in their packs.
Oh
and
no,
stop
that's
them
what I
and take them
pictured
out.
it was. Like it's like a little thing right here, just
Well, the thing, I mean,
Like a water skin?
Yeah.
you know, like if you were out just trekking, you'd play about their side. But if you're adventuring, that would be an awkward weight to run around with, just because it.
Yeah, and
you
usually, it's not something that you would use while you're in the city, which is where you were
Right.
this morning. If you needed something to drink, you would stop and buy something to drink. You wouldn't necessarily have it out. We'll figure it out some other time. So you carry one of yours on your belt. That's perfectly fine. So you take the water skin out. Okay, there you
I'm
go.
just saying.
You take the water skin out and
Oh,
I sling the water
That's fair.
where it seems as if, you know, the general direction where he might be. Such as like where Poppy, he couldn't have moved too far.
all right, give me an insight roll. So you're taking your best guess.
Yeah.
hmm.
19 minus 1. 18.
Okay, I'll give it to you. All right, so you spray water around the room, and as you're looking across around the room, you see that the water lands on
A creature.
something in the middle of the room.
Okay.
As you're kind of turning your head or whatever, you realize that the little girl is bundled up in a little ball on the bed.
The little girl,
The
Ella, or
Yeah, the
Okay.
little girl you came to help. Because you were wondering where she was. So I figured.
Well,
Once you step into the room, it's really obvious where she is.
my shield is already. It's on my side, right?
Mhm.
It's already still on my hand.
Mhm.
So the shield's strapped onto my arm.
Yes.
The arm that I used to spray the water is my left. I'm holding my battle axe in the other hand.
Okay.
I'm gonna swing right where, I saw the water mat.
Go for it. Give me an attack roll.
You know these big rolls.
I got that. I got that.
Put it
Okay.
out.
24.
All right. Roll damage.
Where's the D10? 10. 7 plus 3, 10 damage.
10. All right. So you bring this axe around and you embed it in this thing's side. You feel it kind of sink in. And of course, you don't want to lose your weapon, so you immediately pull it back out. And the thing, you can tell, you can watch the little droplets of water. The thing staggers back, and some kind of bizarrely colored liquid starts to ooze out of it.
I yell, "Get down here!" or "Get up here!"
All right, you're at the door.
Okay.
So that's what you see. You see him kind of spray water across and then take the axe and hit something. You can hear it hit.
And do I also see the oozing stuff? And I see Ella on the bed. Do
You're
I
standing
see
in
a
the door.
reaction from her? Assuming that
She's hiding her head in her arms.
Okay.
And of course, now you can also see what's left of her mom.
Poppy's not alive.
Yeah, no, Poppy's like.
I don't
mean,
think
it's
she'd
only
want to be
2
at this point.
seconds.
I think,
This thing does a lot of damage.
Oh,
yeah,
ow.
he said that she lost a battle with what seems to be a wild animal.
And she is a tiefling, so I mean, kind of just.
No, we're half.
I could smack her upside the head and.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, if you smack a tiefling upside the head, you might want to make sure there's not a hole in your hand.
And just out of being commoner without a lot of hit points, no armor, no weapons to defend herself.
Yeah.
So there you go.
man.
I will. So how far away from me if I'm in the doorway and it's in the middle of the room? That's what, about 10 feet? That, yeah. Then I guess I'll.
So he swings the axe, the thing staggers off to one side
We
Do
didn't
I
hear a
s-
sound.
from.
This thing.
The staggering.
No, we didn't hear a sound from the creature. Whatever I hit it.
Like vocal sound?
Yeah.
No.
Odd.
And then I can also see in the reflection. Sorry, I'm just making sure. I can also see in the reflection as well. Or should I roll for that?
There's one mirror in the room.
From all the
So-
water that he flung.
Oh, it's actually like dripping off of this thing.
Yeah, you
So
can see-
where he,
Oh,
like when
Yeah,
you throw a flower
smart.
through a room and it settles on
Gotcha.
something.
Okay,
So you see like the big outline of like where its shoulders probably are.
gotcha. Okay, so I guess I will draw my bow and arrow, I guess, and because I don't want to go up to it and shoot
Go for it.
my arrows wherever that it is. I don't know if I have that. And then
So if you're trying to figure it out, it's your proficiency bonus, which is +2, and then your dexterity bonus, which is +3.
so
that'll be 5.
seven,
On top of that,
22.
good. Roll for damage.
And then what's the damage on that?
And 1d6.
Short bows are 1d6 plus your dexterity bonus.
She should have came with us. I told her to.
And then that was
Plus
+2,
three.
so 3.
No, your dexterity bonus is +3.
Okay, so then 4.
4. Okay. So this thing embeds itself right below where you think its shoulders would be from the water. And the arrow and the water kind of sink down toward the ground.
So then the arrow is at about what height
Now it's about knee high.
to
To you.
to me.
Mhm.
So if I'm about
So you're guessing this thing is
On the ground.
kneeling, squatting, something? Anything special?
No, I'm just going up the stairs.
Up the stairs,
Yeah.
okay? And you hear the sounds of combat. You hear grunting and weapons being swung around. You hear a bow sound. You're up.
I yell. Wait, what's your name again?
Effing.
I yell, "Effing, get the kid." and
Okay,
take another swing.
go for it. This thing is obviously like dropped.
So I'm gonna
So-
swing right where its head is.
Go for it.
13.
Yeah, I'll give you prone, so that's an automatic hit.
Ten.
All right,
Wait, no, 13. Yeah,
You-
close there.
even better. You feel it slice cleanly through where you think its neck is, and
Good
what's
job,
left
buddy.
of it drops to the floor.
If you roll that as a D10, would it only be the first digit, or how does that work?
Yes.
Wait, it's only a first digit?
Yeah, because that's a percentage roll.
It's a 10.
If it says 10, then that's a 1.
Okay,
It's 20
never
is a
mind.
2, 30 is a 3,
The 0 is a 10.
0 is a 10.
Because is this your normal? I don't know.
Yeah, the other one's easier to read, but
Yeah.
Okay, I thought that was 10. Let's go with 4 then.
okay,
I just.
same effect,
Same effect.
because it only had 2 hit points left. So,
Okay. So I just like
so
could draw this
you,
thing.
so you feel like, then in that case, the axe embeds itself in its neck, and you pull it free, and the thing obviously
The other one's
collapses.
on
Let me
cooler
see
though.
the goo.
There's goo, there's
So is there any water left in my thing?
sure.
I want to pour and see what this thing. Well, actually, never mind. I already know what it looks like.
Okay, so I was running
So
up.
you guys
the
get up
stairs.
to the doorway. You see him standing over something with some kind of weird liquid leaking from his axe. She's standing in the doorway with the bow drawn, and it looks like she's drawing another arrow out of her quiver.
Well, good work, guys. Oh, Poppy. Oh. That's in my
Her
whistle.
top section looks fine, and her bottom section looks fine, but most of the middle is gone.
All right, I guess I'm going to
And the little girl is on the bed.
walk up to this gooey being and pull my rapier and poke it a few times.
Well, you can't see it, but you can guess where
Yeah.
it is based on that, and poke it a couple of times.
Okay.
It springs to life. No.
Does it?
Wait, where's our victory?
Oh, you
Oh.
want it? I'm sorry. I would have the victory.
Is it possible I can touch it and see if it has any sort of like armorish?
You can, yeah. So you feel around. Actually, all you have to do is hold a mirror up to it. You can see it.
Hold your shield to it.
He's got a mirror in his hand, so
Yeah.
you can borrow that. Take a picture.
I take out my iPhone and snap a picture of it.
There you go.
Yeah, selfie time.
We never got information from it. I feel validated now.
How's that for victory?
Better.
You like that?
As you said, Tim, on one of the episodes that I ran with you, I'm not satisfied. I don't feel like it's dead until I hear the victory music.
I gotcha. I've seen enough horror films.
I know, right? All right, so at this point, I'm going to go and search for my whistle.
Okay, you find her hand. It's right where it was supposed to be.
Okay.
Don't search her body.
I would clean it, but
Yeah.
Your call. Alright. There's no combat, so there's no initiative, so we can just go around the table.
Since I was,
He goes over to the body, starts poking it.
I'm still not in the room, so I'm gonna go open up another door and see. Because we still
The
don't-
other two bedrooms.
Yeah, we still don't know where the father or the other daughter is.
Well, there are two bedrooms. Which one would you like? There's the parents' bedroom and the little girl's
Enter
bedroom.
the parents' bedroom.
Okay. Is there anything specific that you're looking for? You're just kind of
I'm just looking to
walking
see-
around, looking at
Yeah.
the sheets, opening the cabinets and stuff like that. Okay. So give me a turn or two so that you can search that, and then I'll let you know which one. All right.
My turn?
Well, we're just gonna run them. I don't want anyone to like,
Mm-hmm.
because what he's gonna do is go around and pick up all the valuables, and nobody gets anything. So
Well, I mean,
So he goes in, he pokes the thing a couple of times with a sword, or where you think it is, and everything like that. And he goes, throws his shoulder, and goes over to the remains of Poppy.
Is there any site?
I
Sorry.
well, I want to do is I would like to go and console Ella, and I want to ask her a few questions, I guess, about what she was doing with Mr. Wicken, or what if she knew any information from Mr. Wicken, what his goals was, or if he just wanted to, have a friend, or yeah.
Okay, give me a second.
Is there any signs of Poppy being alive?
You're kind of hoping she's not, but you can go check. I mean, he's just taking stuff out of her hands.
You know,
But pretty much everything
Yep.
from her rib cage down to her pelvis is missing. Whatever it is took a big old scoop.
It's
out
like a
of it.
bear would swipe you across the
Yeah.
guts.
so there's
Her
no
intestines.
lay on hands on her.
No.
Okay.
Well, and even if you could get her back to positive hit points, she would bleed out because nobody has any magical healing or
well,
No surgeons available.
surgeons.
check if she's alive, and I want to.
You want?
I want to carry her out.
Here we go.
tonight.
Here we go. I'll tell you this. You can tell by her positioning on the floor that whatever it was she was doing, she was standing between Ella and the doorway when whatever it is happened. Based on the positioning and everything like that, you know where Ella wound up. And you know just from a tactics point of view that she probably died defending Ella from whatever this thing was that was coming up the stairs.
All right, so I want to
And
take
her last action was to blow the whistle to warn you guys that it was there.
Okay. I want to carry her out into the field.
Okay, so you start to gather her up and
Yes.
okay. All right. So you take the whistle out of your hand. He's kind of surveying the scene a little bit. He goes over and checks the body once or twice, and then he starts to kind of gather her up, right? The clothing that she's wearing starts to wraps a little bit to try and put the outside bits back in.
Okay, guys, we need to come
And
up
she
with a
is, I'm sorry,
plan.
and she goes over and she's talking quietly with Ella.
Okay, guys, we need to come up with a plan now.
And by the way, you guys have noticed he never came into the room. You know he came up the stairs with you, but he stopped in the hallway somewhere. You search through the parents' room. You look in the cabinets, all that kind of stuff. It's broken things, pieces of brooms, some old clothing, and everything like that. Pieces of candle that are just sitting there waiting to be burned. Nothing really of any value or much of anything of any interest.
I'm gonna go to the other room.
So for those of you who are looking at the doorway, you see him kind of cross the hallway and go into the little garage. Sorry.
Oh, it's
You have a
okay.
plan.
Yeah, we need to come to a plan here.
Like, have we? Yeah.
Poppy needs to go back to Knock, and this thing needs to go back to Knock. And we don't need everybody in town knowing that we're coming through with dead bodies. And we haven't found the other sister or father.
So something I can do it then.
That's already included.
Okay.
Did you get at
I
least
would
a 10?
prefer not to.
I can 11.
In addition to that,
You like to what? Like, well, I'm talking about planning you guys.
Yeah, I know. I'm
Well,
not.
they're doing their thing.
shift.
Oh, so are
I-
we allowed to talk amongst ourselves?
I would assume
Okay,
so. We're
okay,
trying
so-
to figure out.
Okay, so then I'm still getting information from Ella. My plans of asking her, asking her where the mother and other daughter is. If Mr. Wicken ever shared like a plan with her, or if she was just kind of so I've got
So, yeah.
that.
You're
going
doing
on.
good. Keep consulting her
Go
though.
ahead.
I interject and I tell you guys.
Because they're going to hear you.
Yeah. Is anyone there?
He goes into the little girl's room and you hear, "Is anyone there?"
I'm just gonna.
And we recognize his voice as our
Mhm.
party
Yeah.
member. Be like, yeah, effing, we be in here.
So she answers you.
That's not who I'm looking for. I'm looking for the room, right?
So
So it's still nothing.
I kind of, just push aside that. I'm just saying, I'd prefer not to disrespect, and I would rather to lay her to rest.
In search.
Yeah.
Pretty much the only thing. you can do.
So-
Well,
He
in my
never said
opinion,
anything about bringing her back.
in my opinion, she's part of the brethren, and they're the only people that can give her respects. She's part of that organization. More than likely, they'll bring her back here to bury her, but they need to know what happened and see it.
Almost like an armoire kind of thing.
We can beg for the respects once they're delivered,
Okay.
because that is only fair.
And
A little tiny knife.
I say, well,
2-year-old,
if we're gonna be doing that,
hand over her.
I at least wanna do something like whatever relates to my God. I wanna,
Which is
pay
your
respects
who's your
and
God?
prayer.
So,
Tempest.
you want to do a rituals,
Yes.
a death ritual. That's fine.
So I want to take her out to the yard or field and do a death ritual.
Okay. We didn't add the. Oh, you're gonna get spells next when you go to second level. Remind me when you move up to second level, you get the first level spells from this book. There's one more from the other book that we're gonna give you
Oh yeah.
because it's actually a really cool
Don't.
spell. It's not like a combat spell or anything like that. It's just cool like character building kind of thing. Just remind me.
Rangers also get spells at second level.
Rangers do get spells at second level. But
Yeah.
you guys follow slightly different rules.
Yeah.
So you have to pick which spells you're going to memorize each morning, which ones you think are going to be the most useful for the day, based on what you think is going to happen. You can use them multiple times, but we'll figure out that spell casting thing together. All right. So you pick up the body, and you get as far as those middle bedrooms. And when you glance inside, you see him with this small armoire open in the little girl's room. And he looks like he's talking to somebody.
I ask him, "Are you okay?"
That's cool.
I'm fine. I found the father and the daughter.
Cool. Can we hear this, or is this?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a small house.
Okay.
I ask him, "Are they okay?"
They appear to be fine. They were
Physically.
hiding.
Okay, tell them to come along.
Okay.
I'd like them to pay respects too.
But I guess.
And I want to
I'm sure they
explain
heard.
what happened to them along the way.
Okay.
And we're walking out of the house into the field.
So he's gonna come out of that. You guys are still in the
Mhm.
Ella's bedroom.
Talking to Ella, I
Okay.
guess. Yeah.
So the results of your conversation. As near as you can tell, she has no idea what actually happened. Something came and talked to her that she could see that apparently nobody else could see, and everyone thought it was cute because she had an imaginary friend. And then she realized that even though it never spoke, it would listen to her and help her with things. It would help her do her chores. It would sit and play games with her when nobody else had time for her because everybody else is taking care of the farm and the mom is out working for a second income, whatever. And so she had nobody else to play with other than her little sister. And, who wants to play with their little sister when they don't have to? So you can tell by the questions that you asked that nobody told her about some of the other things that were going on the farm. Apparently, the mom eventually connected the two things together and contacted Knock rather than saying anything to the little girl.
Big mistake-o.
And so Mr. Wiccan never made any communication to her, just kind of listened to her.
Right.
That she doesn't know anything that he could have been planning.
Right. Was there
Did
anything-
he ever
I was gonna ask.
bring you anything? Like any gifts or treasures?
All right, and she would have said no.
No? Okay. And then I guess I hear what goes on outside in the hallway.
Right.
So that answered my
Yeah,
question
they
about
found the dad and the little
finding-
girl. Apparently, they
Yeah.
were in the little girl's bedroom.
And then,
And You heard that they're fine. And you know that he picked up what was left of the body to take it outside.
Okay, then I guess I would ask Ella if she would like to go downstairs and pay respects to her with her family. And then
And she reaches out to take your hand.
our little hands take each other.
Her slightly smaller hand.
And here
Special.
comes the romance novels. No.
With a child?
Oh,
As
no,
touching
man.
as all this is, guys. We have work to do. You go ahead. I want to go and see. There's the 3 bedrooms. Have I passed anywhere to look like there might be like a linen closet?
You're looking for like extra sheets and
Mhm.
blankets and everything like that. There don't appear to be closets of much of any kind. Everything appears to be in furniture, and it looks like it's all. There isn't even that much in the way of clothing.
Whatever.
So you're gonna guess that what linens they have are on the bed.
I'm gonna take a sheet from the bed.
Okay.
And I'm gonna wrap. I'm gonna take some of this oozy stuff
Right.
and just touch it certain places,
Okay.
so you can tell there's actually something there.
Okay.
And I'm
Actually,
gonna take this sheet and wrap up in a sheet and take some rope and
what I
tie
was
it up.
thinking
Okay.
is it's relatively bare skin. I was thinking certain parts you just burn it. It would
Well,
have
I mean,
bare.
you're dragging a body
Yeah, I
downstairs right
know.
now.
I'm just saying.
All right. So you're escorting the dad who's holding the little girl in one hand and that little pathetic butter knife thing in the other hand, and you are holding Ella's hand, and you are leading the way, holding what's left of Poppy.
It's wrapped up to where they can't see the wounds, correct?
Yes.
I'm assuming we're in the field now.
You're outside in the field. It's nice and muddy. Relatively easy
Oh.
if you needed to dig a space. If you want to go to the garage, but then not the garage, the barn. You could probably find some
No.
kind of farm implements if you needed them.
And start setting up this ritual. Rather than burying it, I just want to, send respects towards, to the
A
gods
blessing.
Yeah.
Okay.
with their family before we have to take them to knock.
Okay.
And do I have to roll for religion?
I'm rolling to see if anyone's listening. No, I'm rolling for the deity.
Say your piece.
Okay.
So what kinds of things would you want to include? You don't have to do quotes or anything like that, but I would want to make sure that I mention.
I say, I'm assuming that, it's sort of like, you have to put the gold pieces on the eyes or whatever. I don't know how the ritual actually goes.
No, it's your religion. You can make it up as you go.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, I put 2 gold pieces on her eyes. Say some stuff and ask the family to pay respects.
Okay.
Sort of like an open casket.
Right. Probably could have gotten by with copper.
Well, I don't have any copper, man.
Anybody else going?
Okay, so actually, all 3 of them are down there. You're wrapping up. And what would you like to do with this thing?
At best I can just drag it out to the front porch because everybody else
Or you
left
can
me.
push that
Mhm.
Well, I guess I could. I really didn't want to get very muddy though. I was going to drag it on
Okay.
the front porch and have someone else take it to the cart.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay. So you don't need to be careful. So you go to
Right.
this.
That's what I'm just like grabbing and just.
You have the head, right?
He didn't sever the head.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
It's still attached.
And that's why I took his blood and touched it everywhere
make
and
sure that it's
figure
all
out.
All right.
It's a whole thing.
So you do a very touching ceremony. You talk to your God and you ask him to look out for the family.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you guys are going to help bury her.
We're not burying her here.
Okay.
We
We're
agreed to
taking her
take
a pub.
everybody back to
We're taking
knock.
everybody back to town. All right.
Everybody, the whole family?
The whole family.
Okay.
Because they could probably support them right now.
Once we do that, I can run a service.
Okay. So we're down on the porch.
Yeah.
You put her on the cart. Okay.
I carry her on one shoulder and the body on the other.
All right. And you're putting her family in the cart. with her dead body.
I was going to say we need another horse. There's plenty of horses around.
There's horses.
We take a horse for each person.
Okay.
Well, except for the kid.
Sorry.
Baby.
How many horses are there?
There was a bunch.
There was a bunch?
It's a working farm.
Do they have saddles?
They do not, unless you happen to know something about horsemanship. Get them out of the stable and.
I don't have animal
I mean,
handling
I have
very
animal
well. So.
handling,
I have
so
animal handling.
Could someone please round up some horses?
Yeah, send the rangers to go get the animals. You guys have a pretty good shot of riding without that stuff. They're gonna have.
But I was hoping someone could
And obviously
linear
the
up another
farmer is
horse
standing-
to the
is
cart.
Standing right there.
yeah.
Well, I mean, they
so
kinda- The
that's what I
dad
was
kind
gonna
of
say too.
owns the place, so
He
he
does.
should know where they are.
Yep.
So
So he starts saddling up a horse for himself, and he pulls these two little ponies out.
Is there one that we can attach to the cart, maybe so it can travel
Until-
a little?
But nobody unhooked the horses from the cart.
Oh, well, there's only
We
one
only have
horse.
The
one.
horse from the cart.
We'd like
Yeah.
to see if we can
Right,
hook
so
two
he's
up.
still, he's still,
Yeah.
he's still.
I was gonna suggest.
So he brings out the two ponies. One of them he puts the two girls on,
He was so tired, wasn't
and
he?
he gets on the other one, and he saddles up a full size horse
Or
for whoever wants it.
Oolong, or
I will weigh down the cart and I'll take the horse.
Okay.
I just want to let the dad know that he's probably not safe here with the kids. That's gonna be hard without, but he's gonna have to. Maybe we can work something out with Knock to where he could live among the others rather than
This,
on
but
his own.
this is our home. We need to start work in just an hour or two.
More than likely, you'll be back within an hour or two. We need to take you to Knock and let him know the situation, and you're free to go at that point, as far as I'm concerned.
Can I offer you something for saving my girls?
Of course.
We've
No. I kind of like. I'm like.
I have something in
it's-
the house. I would be happy.
And I take his hand and push it down. I was like, we would be happy to accept your generous offer for our help.
So he puts the two girls up on the horse, one in front, the little one in front of the big one. She automatically knows to grab hold, and he starts to head back to the house.
I walk with him.
Good call.
So you guys are getting the animals ready and everything like that. We'll just assume that we're good. Just do me a favor. We're looking for anything above a 5 on animal handling.
Am I doing anything
Just
with
nice
it?
simple.
Okay.
They'll set everything up.
7 and
A 1.
One, excellent.
oh god, you had to say something.
Those were two of the most awful rolls I've ever seen.
I know. Mine would also be with +3, so it would be a total of 10.
Yeah.
And I mean,
All right,
what's your
we'll let her get ready to
So-
set up the horse. It'll just take a little bit longer.
That's
He's
letting them all have to
putting
do
this
it.
stuff on and everything like that. He has obviously never seen a saddle before and everything like that. And the horse is looking at him going, I don't know why you please take your hands off me.
So I go and
So
do what I
you
need
go
to do,
over.
and then I go back and undo everything he had to do and redo it.
Exactly. So it'll take a little bit longer, which is
But
a
I'm
bit
walking back to
frustrating.
the house because we
And you're going
stopped
back to the
a
house,
while
okay.
before.
He goes into the house and goes over to what I guess it's supposed to be like a little fire pit kind of thing and he finds a loose stone and moves the loose stone out. He has a little tiny bag and you can hear coins jingling around in there. And he turns to you and he says, I'm afraid this is all we have. But
I
you're
ask him
welcome
how
to-"
much this is.
Well, so he opens it up and he starts counting coins. Do you want an exact count? I can
Yes.
give you an exact count. There are 25 gold pieces, 100 silver pieces, and 200 copper pieces.
So they're in there for a little bit.
I give him 10 gold pieces and tell him put this back.
Okay,
Gold pieces?
Yes.
go for it.
Well, he's very unwealthy, obviously.
No, you're wrong.
What's the
about
price of
that.
life?
It's a good thing you didn't go back with them. You would have been like, "Is this all you have, old man?"
I'm keeping one of your horses.
And I'm selling one of your daughters.
Sex trade.
Horrible.
Okay, so we have horses saddled up. They come back from the house.
I pull out 10 gold pieces.
Right.
I'm like, this is all he's got.
I'm gonna see if he's lying.
Go for it. Roll deception. And roll insight.
Oh.
Mm.
Oh, yep. I can't believe him.
No?
I mean, I believe him.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Oh.
See, this is all he has. He's a paladin. He's not going to lie about that.
Yes, you would.
Yeah.
Because he thought it was for the greater good.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got everything settled up. They've got their we've got our reward, I guess.
Right.
or-
And you guys are heading back to town? Okay.
Is our dead body package look
Yeah, I would like to try and conceal that.
suspicious? Yeah,
As
can
much
we
as
do we have to
possible.
do anything to conceal
It
that
just
or
looks like bundles of cloth at this point.
okay.
So
I wrapped her up pretty good.
Okay. And then
That's
so
why I
we
didn't drag
have
him through the mud.
the two girls on one horse, the husband on one horse,
I'm
We
on
have-
one horse.
him on a horse, so there's 3 horses, and then we have 2 horses. We've got an extra one for our cart, right?
So wait, I'm sorry, wait 1 second. You got the 2 girls on a horse, you got the farmer on a horse,
Right?
he's on a horse.
I think so.
Okay.
And then
Since
I have no problem
We-
riding on the cart. No.
I mean, you can
so
also
you're gonna be on the cart.
probably-
Yeah,
you
probably
guys
be-
are both
she'd
gonna be
probably-
on the cart with the bodies,
I'll probably,
running the
running
cart.
the cart.
I guess
You gonna
I'll
be
just
on the
go
cart with her?
I'll just go with her.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it is a completely uneventful ride back to town. During that, at one point, the girls ride up next to you, and Ella kind of reaches over and tugs on you and says, "I wanted you to have this." And inside of her dress, she pulls out a little tiny slip of paper, about this big. It's all folded up and everything like that. It looks like little girl notes or whatever. It's just, "I wanted you to have this."
Okay.
There you go.
I say, should
So, put it on your inventory.
Yeah. Okay.
Ella's
Ella's note.
Ella's note. But I guess can I open it and read what it says?
If you'd like to, or you can wait.
Decisions.
I mean, you're riding along in the middle of the night, and so,
Yeah, and I don't have dark vision, so I
There you
probably
go.
can't see.
so there you go. All right, so unless anyone wants to do anything special, it is a relatively uneventful ride back to the city. The city guard sees you guys coming and recognizes the carts and the horses and everything and waves you on through. And it is relatively easy to find your way back to the square where you found Knox Tower.
Has the sun come up yet? Sorry.
It is, you can see it beginning to get slightly light in the east, but it's not yet sunrise.
we get
You are
back to
about on
downtown.
time.
I remember when we first got here to the tower, the first time there was no door. So do we see a door on the tower? Should
Okay,
we
so
go?
you guys are heading down. You guys have to
Well, I
narrow
got
a little bit to
my
go down
point.
down that little alleyway, and you're riding, and you come out, and there is a tower,
Cool.
and there are the 4 of you.
I have the coin still.
Yeah, I caught that too. Well, it seems like we might have lost some compadres.
Yeah, we're our little halfling friends.
I'm looking to the back of the cart.
Yeah. Do you
Nothing.
see anything behind us?
The bodies are in the back of the car.
Okay. Well, I mean,
And
I'm
there's
not.
no one else in the alley.
Well,
I
I'm
am
gonna
not
take
turning
my
around.
individual horse back. I would say
Right now,
Walk a few steps back, I guess, and see.
I am going to the tower because it's almost sun up.
Yeah, I'm going to continue the cart towards
okay.
the tower.
So you take the car towards the tower, kind of squeeze it in there and everything like that. And as you come around, you see the first rays of dawn coming up. There is a stone door on the outside of the tower.
I want to dive for that door.
No.
Yes. No. Sorry. Are you knocking?
Yeah, we knock.
All right.
Yeah.
You knock, the door opens.
All right, I'm
Who
running in.
answers?
Nobody answers.
Nobody answers.
I'm just gonna try to go
Well,
up.
It's vaguely
Nobody
familiar.
did
It's
last
dark
time.
inside.
It's dark inside.
I guess, I mean, probably not only both of us can handle the big guy. Like we could probably, like you had trouble getting him down the stairs. And
It
down
wasn't
the-
that hard to push him down the stairs.
But to carry him
Yeah.
through a dark room to another part of the
I
building.
guess I'll carry Poppy. If I'm
Okay.
carrying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we'll carry on through with the big body. I guess
Okay.
we'll take Poppy in.
Okay.
All
All right.
And he's left. Right?
I'm looking for Dad.
Okay.
You ride back out to the square and they're not there.
Ride back to the tower.
Don't
Okay.
laugh if it's
Hop
not
in that
there.
door.
I laughed so hard if it wasn't there.
Is it there?
The tower? Yeah.
Is a door?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I hop in that door.
Okay. So they've maneuvered the bodies off and everything like that. They're walking in.
Can I find them?
And you find you see them as they're disappearing into the gloom.
Okay,
I was gonna say though before
I
we started
tap on
moving, like,
his
is there a way that
shoulder.
we can do the rope thing
Rope.
again?
Rope!
You and I
But
have a body
if,
together.
if we're holding a body, is there any way for us to do?
Yeah, you can run it through your belt or around, you can kind of run it around you and then back to the next person.
Here,
Okay, so I would
tap
suggest
him
that
and
we do that
let me
before
get
we
Poppy.
go in.
Take some weight off his shoulders.
Okay. He offers to.
Okay.
All right. There you go.
Okay.
So it looks pretty much the same as before. You come out down this long hallway out into the foyer. And there is the giant door, which as far as you know leads to the workroom.
Knock.
On the-
He's not here.
So we knock on the
Oh,
door.
sorry. Yeah, okay.
I'm
That's gonna get really confusing.
just going in.
Okay.
Oh, you
Oh,
gotta knock
well.
on the door.
All right. So you knock on the door. And
I
once
didn't
again,
have
the
to.
door opens. You can hear the sounds of the workroom. It looks almost exactly the same as when you left. It doesn't look like there's more or less people. It doesn't sound like there's any difference in the sound. They're
Where's
working
the
away.
knock at?
He is at his bench right at the front,
Okay.
except his assistant is not there.
Does anybody notice us come in with the bodies or anything like that?
I
So-
say we're done.
Are you now?
Yes, and
And he's looking at the two bundles that you have.
and
You know that you were supposed to save the farmers, not kill them.
I know,
I
but
think we would.
we had some difficulties and might have had casualties.
Hmm.
I explained to him what happened, and tell
How
him
much detail did you go into?
everything.
Okay.
I tell him every little thing that happened. And you know, I ask if we can get a proper burial for Poppy.
We can take care of that. And he looked over at his shoulder and two of the little guys, it doesn't look like they talk to one another, but two of the little guys jump up from one of the tables. They put down whatever they were working on and they come over
Take the body.
and they start to take the body that they're carrying. Or would you have put it on the floor by now?
Probably.
Yeah, I've been
Yeah.
there.
On the floor. So they start to drag that body away.
I asked Doc, what is that thing?
Bring it up. So they bring it up on the table and he opens it up, he's looking at it, now there's nothing there. It's just a shroud.
I kind of lean over my shield, look at it now.
Yeah. Goes over to another table and opens up a drawer, and it appears to be a whole bunch of different things for making fire. And he takes out a set of candles. Some of the most bizarre candles you've ever seen. It's kind of a weird, like brownish wax. And he lights the wick on two of the candles and he holds them up, and that thing appears in the candlelight.
Ooh, he's candy.
Unfortunately, that's when you can now smell the candles.
What
Are
does it
they-
smell?
As in like an unusual smell.
It appears to be some kind of animal fat that has been melted down and then reformed to make candles.
Bacon?
It smells a little bit like rotting meat.
Huh.
So are these?
Is this an dead?
This is a skulk.
Skulk.
Very nasty.
Mm.
I'm surprised you're all alive.
I am too. Thanks.
Thanks to me.
So,
No.
so is this an undead creature or?
No, just unpleasant.
Okay.
How was he able to go and stay invisible like that?
Skulks can only be seen by young children and be seen by their reflection and candles made out of special candles.
These sound like necro candles.
All right. Enough of this. So what of us now?
Well, I thank you very much for your service. You've done an excellent job. I'm sure the farmer was able to compensate you well enough.
Don't look at me.
Now he looks at the paladin and he goes,
Oh,
and perhaps you even got something extra out of the deal.
I pull out 10 gold pieces and show him this is what we got.
Yes. Have fun. I'll call you again when I need you.
Good day then.
Like, I'm gonna be like, wait, hold on. So why was this merely just a favor for you for Poppy, or is this a part of something more?
Well, we were asked for help, and we provided it. My job is getting people onto our side. And we now have a farm.
Oh,
What do you need the farm for?
Farm stuff.
They grow things, animals. You should know. We didn't have a farm. The humans wanted the farm. We got it instead. Debt is a wonderful thing,
What
as is gratitude.
also? What is? Where did they go? Where did the farmer and his daughters go? They were just following behind us.
They rode down an alley and came out on the other side.
So they don't know of you guys, or
They weren't invited. You
So
may
how
only
did-
arrive with an invitation.
No.
As I'm walking away, I'd like to announce I'm going to the Brass Key to get drunk. This is too much for me to handle today.
I'm going see if I can find me a prostitute.
Before you all leave, may I rely on your services again in the future?
It didn't sound like we had a choice a moment ago.
You always have a choice. I'll tell you what, you think about it, and then next time, you let me know.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, Mr. Knock, I didn't see much profit in it for myself, and I almost got killed.
But one of you did just decided to share.
Ah,
Have a good day.
I'm just going to gleam at you.
And he goes back to work.
Thank you, Mr. Knock. You can definitely call my services again. And I'm going to just strut off.
So he turns and he starts heading out the door.
I go to the Golden Key, I guess.
You're
following
taking
him.
off? Staying or going?
Still have questions.
Actually,
I guess I'm going.
I double take my decision.
Okay.
I happen to ask Knock if he knows any people that specialty in heavy weapon fighting.
I will have to think about that one, but I am almost positive that I can find somebody who meets your needs.
And perhaps next time we do maybe, help you, I might need better armor.
Debt and gratitude always work. Very well.
Call me when you need me. And I walk out, try to catch up to him.
You said you were thinking.
Oh no! I said I was gonna go.
Okay.
I'll follow.
So there you go.
behind the
He
other
stays for
halfling.
just a moment to ask a couple extra really boring questions about armor and fighting.
I want to ask why he chose.
Are you waiting until he leaves, or?
I'm just asking
Okay.
why he chose all of us to do this mission.
What? You were the only ones who had a chance of being successful. If the others had a chance of being successful, they would have made it to this room and not you.
So he.
And now that you think about it, not only you, but somebody else in the party said there was something about other people coming in
Mhm.
with them.
They didn't make
They
it.
just didn't make it through that darkness or into the tower. Is there something else?
I don't think so.
Excellent. And he goes back to pouring things into a beaker. They look a little scary and they're bubbling angrily. And even he starts to pull his face back.
That's when you know it's serious.
Like the bomb squad guy.
Yeah, right.
If I'm running, you should worry.
So I'm gonna follow that.
Okay. All right. You guys are free in the city. So you can let me know if there's anything special that you would like to do, anything you want to explore, anything you want to check on, anything you want to obtain, something you want to buy. I know that the paladin showed that the farmer gave you guys 10 gold pieces.
So I guess we divvy that up evenly then.
That's up to you guys. Don't look at me. I'm not even there.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
left me in
I
laboratory.
have. I can't really think of any reason why my character has
So
any
2
qualms
gold
to
apiece
it,
then?
but yeah, 2 gold piece a piece.
I still never did my starting currency.
Also, out of game, I guess.
Yeah, no, it's
do I
fine.
ask? What about XP?
When we
We'll
get
do that at the end.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the other thing is going to be like leveling up and everything like that. You can really only do it when you get to the end of like an arc. So you can't like be walking down a hallway and you stab something or whatever and you go, oh, now I know how to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be one of those, you're in the city for 2 weeks and you practice doing something and that'll be leveling up.
Okay.
Well, I go ahead and, I'm just like, well, how's the scratches on your chest doing?
All right. I'm just gonna give him a cold shoulder and keep walking.
You guys, are you guys hanging out together or? Are you
Oh,
separated?
I was going to Brass Key, and he's following me. I'm called up because I walk slower than
I
him.
mean, yeah. He announced where he's going, so we're following.
Okay.
Well,
I'm going to Brass Key and getting drunk.
Drink.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm gonna just go ahead and, just hold his shoulder and cast my own hands. Go ahead and heal him. Why not?
Heal without consent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's borderline rape,
Always ask first.
So, how many points are you giving me?
5. Should heal you all the way up.
Don't you have to do roll for that, or does it?
It does not.
It's automatic.
It's a divine boon.
I'm gonna reach over and put my hand on your thigh because that's probably where I'd be standing. It's like I'm so mad at you, but thanks.
Why are you mad at me?
You deceived and held money from me. unflinching face as he stares at you when he says it.
Well, would
Well,
make you feel
wells
better.
can be deep. I don't need yours.
How about I pay for your drinks for the night?
No, that's okay. I don't need your charity.
Okay. Guess I just, ditch him and start walking ahead of him to the Bresky.
Okay. All right. Let's do XP and everything like that. It's going to be 100 each for accomplishing the task that Knox set for you. It's going to be an extra 25 because of you guys did an awesome job playing the characters, especially for the first time. Believe it or not, a skulk is really not worth all that many points. I don't even understand why. I guess because he doesn't have a whole lot of hit points. Once you hit him, he goes down. It's finding him that's a problem. So you get an extra 25 each for contributing to his death. So that will be 150 each.
Ooh, I leveled up.
That should put everyone halfway to.
Are we? Yeah. Where did we start with? 0?
0.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it's 300. Yeah, I think what I used to do is I used to put my current XP and then a slash and then whatever I needed to get to the next level, so that I didn't have to keep looking it up over and over again.
Okay.
So you started at 0/300 and now you're at 150/300.
Gotcha.
And when you hit 300, which will be your next adventure or whatever, you'll go over that and then we'll wear that when we get to level 10.
I think I have my sheet. Oh, I did decide to bring it. Cool.
So you can think about it before next time if there's anything you want to do in the city. If there's anything you
What
want to
kind of
shop for or
church
buy.
is it?
You want to find one of the temples for your particular god?
Yeah.
That's fine.
I
Are you planning on paying your tithe?
huh?
You're
Yeah.
supposed to contribute a portion
Yeah.
of your income to.
Yeah, that's what I
Okay.
was figuring on doing.
Oh, did you guys split the money?
Yeah, we decided to.
Because 10 gold pieces don't split evenly.
I
We
mean,
went.
oh, I was counting 5 people. Sorry. Yeah.
So
You can have the extra one.
I don't need your extra coin.
If you
So you'll
if you
take
didn't
it,
give it
won't
to him, he
you?
was gonna pick your pocket anyway. So
You're screwed, buddy.
Let's see who
all right.
wants
So is
to
there
ride
anything?
again.
Is
So
there
I'll
anything
take
that
2
you-
gold.
Is there anything that you would be asking about, exploring, finding out about, or just simply trying to stay out of trouble?
I guess I'd like to find out more about, I guess, what my original goal was that brought me to the city, because our mission didn't really.
Okay. Did you guys
I wanted to do
decided to travel together, or you guys decided to separate?
Oh, I was.
He went. You went with him.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna go on my own.
Go off on your own. Okay.
I guess I was gonna I'll go ask more people.
That
at
would
the
be
tavern.
investigation. We have a whole skill for that.
Cool.
So go ahead and give me an
So-
investigation roll.
We
Let's
finished
see that.
really early tonight.
We did. I didn't know how long it was gonna take, so
All right.
I didn't want to push you on to the next thing.
1. So I get to
Okay.
re-roll that.
You get to-
He also got a 1.
Yeah, but you don't get to.
So,
Here, we do
That'll
this.
do
Put it over here. That'll do it.
I'm gonna go ahead and investigate too.
What are you investigating?
Seeing, anything interesting while I'm walking.
nothing interesting.
Nothing interesting. In fact, you can't even find another individual in the entire city. It's all empty streets. Okay, so here's what you find out. Rumor has it that the Queen of Fae has been taken over by something evil. Something that is
Hello, Father.
summoning unnatural beings into existence, and that, naturally speaking, they are pushing this way. They're starting to interfere with the elves.
There you go. Good call.
You heard.
For
is
Siri
that
tomorrow.
He's from this area also. And so he's from plains around here, everything like that. And he came this way and everything's fleeing something. from over here. He didn't tell you a lot about it, so the things you guess. The first two
You'll
things
probably
are
do that
related.
too.
E-2 was playing this way, and you know the animals have started dying. Right? And whatever it is that's coming from here, or something creepy from the Yorwood, there are rumors that the Fae coming out of the Yorwood in bizarre places, that sections of the forest aren't even sections of the forest. They are now officially part of the Fae. And then literally as you're walking down a path, you can actually walk to the land of the Fae and
Okay.
become their prisoner.
Yeah.
So there's two possibilities for what's going on here. It's either the Fae that have been in here and are expanding out, or whatever it is that's evil coming from over here that appears to be pushing Christ.
Gotcha.
And of course, everybody has their own opinion.
And then in our skulks kind of included in those kind of evil.
They are not. If
Category?
you ask around about them, nobody has heard of them.
Okay. Interesting. Okay, so I guess keep that information, and so just so I understand correctly, they also were seeing the same signs of what I was seeing in my coastal area.
Yes.
Like their
Yes,
people's
things have been
livestock
dying on the
and
plain, things have
dying.
been dying in the coastal area, and the elves in the forest are
People have
upset
been
because
taking
of the. Yes.
prisoners because of the phase.
And this place does not have a very good reputation anyway, because the elves have declared that they are declaring the forest as independent from the kingdom that supposedly owns it, which they're not very happy about, but they figure if there's going to be evil things over here, they'd rather they eat the elves first.
Yeah.
So they're like, you know what, take the forest now.
Okay.
There you go. There's all the rumors that are fit to print.
Cool.
I wonder how long I'd have to let the D20 sit there before gravity will warp the structure of it to have a better chance of letting in there.
It's a push it.
Wonder if you like put a hair dryer to it. Or
You mean set it out in the sun in Florida?
oh yeah.
Snickerdoodle?
That's my
favorite.
How
You
did
have-
you know?
You
Thanks,
have
Dad.
no idea. Kelly makes these things and the whole house smells like these things. It's just it's nuts. Yeah. Take a bunch.
Bet you my friend Crystal makes them just a little better. She also adds special ingredients.
Okay.
I have a friend who makes them, but she doesn't eat them because she doesn't have the taste. So she used to
Just
make
like
them
the smell.
just for me.
Oh, that's sweet.
Because her and her mom would just bake a whole bunch of stuff. And I would always take the snickerdoodles. And she was like, here, have them all. And then, like, they started baking stuff. And she would just bake things. She baked snickerdoodles.
Yeah.
Like, when I went up there to North Carolina, we made snickerdoodles.
I love snickerdoodles so much. Cookies.
Pretty good.
No special ingredients.
Sad.
Sorry. I'm sure you can add something. Probably not
Wow.
afterwards.
Yeah. I mean, technically, if you make butter and you slap butter on anything, it makes it inedible. I
That's
was
true.
just saying my friend makes like the best snickerdoodle just because she has so special about it.
She imports her snickerdoodles from Colorado.
Ah.
No, they fly in themselves.
That's
To see like a pack of snickerdoodles, it's like over and over in the air.
The movie Half Baked.
Oh, it's so wild. They're doing that. Okay, I mean, and is that the information I gathered from the tavern?
I assume that you're going to be asking around, generally speaking, in the different places that you go. Everyone's got a slightly different story. Look at it again.
Aww.
See the giant eye?
Mm-hmm. I guess it's another fishy. You see the other eyes?
The beholder.
The what?
Beholder.
The
Can you see the mouth? The eye stalks.
Mm-hmm. Is that what the creature is called?
It's sneaking. Yeah, the beholder is sneaking up behind the fish tank. Beholder is one of those classic D&D monsters that nobody likes to fight against. It hovers. It fires things out of its eye stalks. It paralyzes. It's,
Oh my
it's
God.
all kinds of.
Well, that doesn't sound very fun.
And all the eye stalks act independently. So what a lot of people used to do was cast paralyze on it, which seems like it would work really, really well, except the thing floats, which means it doesn't need to move to actually move. And just because the eye stalks are frozen, all it has to do is rotate. So it's paralyzed didn't really help a whole lot. But it's immune to almost everything else. So
Maybe prone.
knocking it prone. There weren't a whole lot of things to do that back in second and third edition. So now that they've added that, I'm not exactly sure what
Water
effect
whip.
it would have. Water whip would bring it down to the ground, but then it would just hover again. So we take damage from hitting the ground, but that's about it. Did you ever look at the feats?
Oh, let me look at that.
And you'll see why I wanted to include them, because they're really, really cool. I'm sorry, I only have the one copy of that, but they're super powerful, and they're intended to be just as powerful as raising your initial stats, which is huge. Did you find all the missing stuff?
Kind of here and there. Pretty much for the most part.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Which one?
The dual loader, you get a +1 bonus to AC.
Yep.
So it's almost like holding my shield.
Yeah, it's basically using the other weapon for defense in addition to up. You can parry. The only problem with doing the feats is that you want to take all of them. You're like, oh, that's a good one. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, that's a.
That's the truth of it.
But it's just like real life. It's like, how cool would it be to be able to do this? Yeah, well, how cool would it be to be able to do this? Yeah,
Pretty
you're
much.
right.
There's you can also get lucky as a feat. You guys just automatically.
Did you read it?
Have it, yeah.
It's more powerful than what they get.
Oh really?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh. So that means I can be double lucky?
Yeah.
Or was there one where you can roll again?
That's
Yeah.
the halfling skill, but that's cooler.
Yeah, if you roll a 1, then you get to.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
it's pretty handy, isn't it?
The lucky one?
Yeah.
The actual feat that he's looking up is more powerful than what we get. We get more like a trait.
Yeah, halflings don't get a whole lot of advantages other than running between other people's legs.
Disappearing on a whim.
Oh, you're copying all this stuff onto an actual.
Pretty much. It will also help me remember if I actually write it
Yeah,
down.
I do the same thing.
Yeah.
Transfer from place to place because otherwise I can't keep track. I'm having so much trouble finding it.
Where's this guy's math skills? I never did my starting goal. I
Right.
decided to Google it really quick just to see if I get a simple question. And I came across this really funny paragraph. My first time playing D&D, I'm starting with the default equipment, and he's a rogue. My question is, how much money would I have? I know I can roll 4d4, and I did that, but ended up with 54 gold pieces. I was like, that means your math sucks.
It's not.
Weapon master, you gain proficiency in 4 weapons. I'm already proficient in these, right?
You would gain proficient in weapons that people normally aren't proficient in. There are specialized weapons that do more damage. Monk weapons, for example. The average person who trains in a castle or whatever would not be proficient in those because they wouldn't come across them. There are also classes where you aren't proficient in certain categories of weapons, and you could add them to your.
Such as them. They
Right.
won't be proficient in a battle axe,
No.
but they could be proficient in one if they really wanted.
Right. And it pays to be proficient in them if somebody in your party is carrying it, because if you need to pick up somebody's weapon, they fall in battle and you pick up their weapon, it kind of sucks if you don't know how to use it. So if for your character, for example, where you're already proficient with just about everything, we would find something to put in its place.
I think dual wielder would be the best for me though.
What's the thing? You have quite a while to figure it out.
Right.
Just take some of your spare time and just go through all the feats, figure out which one you want. Are you doing yours at level 4 or level 5?
For the feats,
Yeah.
every 5 levels.
Or 5? Okay.
So level 5, level 10,
Okay. But
and that's in addition to whatever your character normally gets.
okay.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
So what are we doing
Did you
now?
see defensive duelist
Weird.
as a
Do you know the superior
That's like,
class?
like a +2 right now.
Yeah, it's like a defensive stance.
Right.
You automatically get defensive stance every time that you're dueling.
That's pretty
Do you
cool.
know the
But that's
branch class off of Paladin?
Do I know what?
The branch class.
You mean?
The higher class, like a rogue can turn into a
Like
ninja.
prestige classes?
Yeah.
Oh, there are a bunch of them.
Like I said, this is something you should really take and spend a couple hours, figure out how you want your character to develop. And then you pick your feats and things like that.
Right.
Yeah, pretty much what it does.
Go ahead and stack the character.
What happens is, say I'm a rogue. I can turn into a ninja.
It's like a specialization.
Yeah.
When you hit a certain level, you go for special training.
What's another one for a rogue?
Assassin. There's quite a few of them. It's the same principle. Just like a fighter can become like a shield knight, or he just specializes in this particular style of either combat or how he performs in situations.
It's kind of given the character a little bit more flavor.
Mhm.
If you choose monk and you want a prestige class, you can choose Goku. No.
So
That'd be pretty funny.
Obviously, this is your first time playing, so when you made your character, you weren't thinking that far ahead.
No.
Which a lot of people don't, even experienced players don't. They kind of make their character, they're like, all right, I want to be a rogue. Figure out how their character is being played, and then they look into how should I set the skills up, how should I use the points towards the future of what I want them to be.
yeah, prestige classes are level 10. I don't actually know.
They just have prerequisites, I believe.
Okay. I know the archetype, you pick archetypes at like second or third level.
What's that?
in your class. It's like your area of specialty. Like I was just looking at the Rangers. The Rangers split into hunters and beastmasters.
Yeah.
Assumed she was going for hunter and he was going for hunter. Which is why I said there wasn't a problem with two Rangers.
What's
I
what's
said
paladins?
Oh,
the other
that's
one
fine
was going
too.
for hunter. I
Which
don't
one?
remember.
No.
You said one was going for.
It doesn't matter to me.
What's
I
the
never- I haven't-
paladins?
I thought you read those.
I didn't read those.
They're in the paladin description.
Paladin picks fighting styles at second level.
Oh, okay. I didn't.
You remember that?
Yeah, I
one?
remember those.
Defensive, dueling, break weapon fighting, and protection. Protection is the one where you can use your shield to defend people standing next to you.
Yeah.
Great weapon fighting is the advantages you get. You get extra advantages when you're fighting two-handed with a weapon, which obviously would be especially good for you because all of your weapons you can fight with one hand or two. And
How much are those full body shields?
That doesn't really play in this.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, they
Tower
just-
shields.
they just
Yeah.
They used to do buckler, regular shield, and tower
Round-
shield.
yeah, round
Buckler
shield,
was +1,
yeah.
tower, regular shield was +2, and tower shield was
Plus
Plus
4.
five.
I think so.
yeah.
And it makes sense. I mean, because you have a buckler this big, you get +1, and you can get a round shield, which is what you typically imagine someone holding on. It's
gladiator.
like that gladiator. You get a long shield, I think, is what you imagine a knight holding. And a tower shield is people you see on the front line. The whole shield
Yeah, like a
covers them,
riot
push.
shield.
Yeah, like a riot shield.
Hmm.
And
It's like you
they,
picture the Romans with the spears
Yeah.
through them and the big long
that's
shield.
what a tower shield
Right.
is. But they did away with that in this because I guess it's too
Just to simplify
complicated.
it.
Yeah.
It was getting too overpowered with the plating style.
I want to say overpowered. It just takes more time.
A plus 40 or AC?
Then again,
I'd be
it's a
unhittable.
heavy shield and only like one class can wield it.
I could probably wield it.
No, you can't. Because as a fighter, it's the only one that can wield it.
Really?
But then again, with the tower shield, you can take an action and put it in front of you. You have total coverage. Yeah. And nobody can hurt you unless it's magical and goes through things. Or it's a bucket of hot tar above you.
Yeah. Remember, what's his name? Your buddy back in West Virginia. He pretty much formed items and would like drop it on the enemy's head.
Oh, Jason. That was a spiritual weapon from Cleric.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But
Paladin gets the spell also, doesn't he?
I think he
I
does
think it's
get
a
it.
Paladin spell now.
Well, I know that he got it.
Spiritual weapon is very cool.
And you get to make a shape of whatever you wanted the spiritual weapon to be. Remember Jason?
Yeah.
And you'd be
He
like,
had that in his
I made it in
last game,
shape of a giant frog. And boom, boom.
You get hit by a giant frog.
Yeah.
too.
Or
Was
he's
there
like,
also a catch to that, or was that something else? That mage hand? There was a
Yeah.
catch to.
No, mage hands. I don't think there's a catch to it.
What was one of the things where like you rolled a percentile, and then something would happen?
oh, that was wild,
Wild
magic.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sorcerers.
Okay.
What's that spell do?
It's more like a tick. The way that you get magic, it's very natural and you don't really understand it. It just flows through you. And since you don't really know where it comes from, where it controls everyone, so it can backfire on you. Like if I think they roll a 20 for a hit, then the DM rolls a percentile and picks from a list of this is what happens to you.
Wild surges.
That's what it is.
Yeah, from channeling that much wild energy, here's what else happens.
So it's the balance.
Yep.
There must be a cost for everything.
So next meeting.
Yep.
I mean, I should be good. Well, actually, my schedule just updated.
Did it?
Did you hear the wonderful news?
Nope. Kim?
because we apparently were mean to her.
Oh, the new girl Kim? I didn't
Yeah.
care for her. So
That's why you were mean to her.
yeah, I know.
This lady moved here out of nowhere, just decided she wanted to up and move to Vero Beach. She never really told us why, from Ohio. She's in her late 50s. And she wouldn't listen to us whenever we would train her on something.
Sorry, what?
She wouldn't listen to us.
There you go.
Exactly that, but no. She would ask us to train her. We would give her a task, train her to do it, and then she would be like, "Well, actually, I was told to do this instead." So it's like, then why did you even ask? And you didn't explain it to you in the first place. Anyways, so yeah, in her late
She's getting on
50s, and
everybody's nerves.
complains that people were mean to her, so she quit.
Yeah, that's what I see.
Like, I worked a job for like a year and a half where I knew one of the line cooks like hated me, like straight up had like a vendetta against me. And every time I would go back and pick up one of my food orders or whatever, like I would get daggers. I worked through that for a year and a half. Like, I was
Suck it up
19.
and deal.
It's just like, this is a job. Just, we're not being mean to you. We're trying to train you. Like, just, you're in your late 50s. Get it together.
Or you look at it from the other point of view. Oh, look, I'm in my late 50s. I don't have to put up with this shit. I can go
No,
somewhere
That's
it
pretty
else.
much what she
it was-
did.
Yeah, probably. But it's like,
Well, I came here to retire.
Right. You're not
Mind
really
your
gonna make me do work, are you?
but from my point of view, I feel like our manager was feeling ganged up against because our new manager is older as well, and all of us are younger or whatever. So she was trying to get somebody on her front, I guess, and not backfire.
You guys and your conspiracy theories.
That's my conspiracy.
That's all they
theory.
do is sit there and make conspiracy theories.
I know it's been rough, and I've actually just put out about 4 applications.
Good for you.
I don't know. Sucks. I love that job. I loved that job.
Our union just announced that we're getting a raise next year.
No, that's
They already negotiated our raise. The year hasn't even started yet, and they already negotiated our raise.
Yeah.
So that's always nice.
Yeah.
That's a good way to start the year.
Teachers in the union. I don't know that.
Are you also going to be supplying you with a gun?
Well, it's now legal in Florida if the school district wants to, if the principal has to, okay, the teachers.
Yeah, of course it has to be like by county, by
Really?
school. Yeah.
Well, the original law said the only people who could carry on campus were people whose
Make that
primary assignment was not a classroom.
What is
So if they're,
So that would be deans,
yeah.
would that be like a
Like that.
coach?
coaches.
I don't know if I want an angry coach.
What do they call
Grab
it?
that
Like
clip.
administrators, I guess, like
You
the
got it,
people who go around and like
Yeah.
make sure everybody's in
Yeah,
their
people
classroom.
who aren't locked down in the classroom, yeah.
AKA security
And then they
guards.
finally realized, you know what, that there's so few of them on campus and that really wouldn't solve the problem. Because the goal is don't bother coming on campus because you have no idea who's armed and who's not.
Yeah.
We're not easy targets anymore, so. So
Still scary.
those of us with concealed carry permits are just waiting until our district decides what they want to do.
It's still scary nonetheless. But,
Well, we were talking about it earlier and everything, it's, before you got here, it's, you never hear about mass shootings at police stations.
Or pawn shops.
Or
gun
pawn shops or
That doesn't
firing
happen.
at shooting ranges.
Mhm.
It never happens there because they know everybody's armed. Why would you go in and start shooting up the place?
Right.
Your lifespan between when you walk in the door and you almost get the gun clear of the
Drastically
holster
lowers
Right,
at that
it would be
point.
be about 0.6 seconds.
yeah.
So where do you go? You go to churches, you go to schools, you go to parks because nobody's armed.
Places that says there are no guns allowed on premises.
Right, and there's a big sign and that the bad guys should leave it in their